Hello, and welcome to Black Winter Nights here on the D20 Multiverse with myself, Oliver Dungeon Master, and my lovely players, the Black Winter Nights. We apologise for starting a bit late this evening, but if you're a regular fan of the show, that's nothing new. We all have very disorganised lives. But we're all here, gathering in Wellington, New Zealand, to beam out to you lovely people to play Dungeons and Dragons, because nerds are power. We would like to...
You're really trying to push that catchphrase.
I'm trying to make it a new thing. Like, so people go, have you seen D20 Multiverse with the nerds of power? It's not caught on yet, but I imagine it will soon. Hi, Leonard is in the chat, and shout out to our new followers. Now, I'm pretty sure you guys all got together, and we're just like, let's follow the D20 Multiverse with usernames that are the most difficult for Oliver to pronounce, because we've got I'm Whiz, which is not a word or a sentence, it's very confusing. I am WHS, hi, how's it going? Doc Quinn, sweet, alright, well, welcome along, that's awesome. And then Kritelka, hi, Kritelka, that's not a name. Anyway, it's good to see you. And Commander Unifix, our new followers, we just went over 100 Twitch followers, we're now at 102. Which is wonderful. Thank you guys for supporting us. YouTube's up to 166. Facebook just gained another... Yeah, you guys are wonderful, and thank you for supporting us here in our little house in Wellington, New Zealand. Can I grab my dice back, please?
Yep, there you go.
I may need those. So, those are pretty much our announcements. Remember, check out D20 Multiverse on YouTube, because me and Dave do a whole bunch of shows. We have Dragon Tavern and NPCs, and there's another game, Eyes of Elisia, set in the same world as these guys are playing, and even on the same continent, that live streams in a couple of days. So, if we are ready...
Confusion.
Oh, and Confusion. I had that written down. Why did I not say it? This Saturday here in Wellington, New Zealand, is a wonderful new convention called Convention. Confusion. Confusion, the convention. It lives up to the name because I was totally confused. And I will be running a one-shot set in a cast. So 5 lovely players who are at the convention will hopefully sit down at my table and they will enjoy a story that will affect possibly your guys again, depending on what's going on here.
They better do it well.
Well, these could be complete newbies. There's a complete spanner in the works for me. I'm just going to try and roll with it. It's going to be really fun. So that is happening this Saturday at Wellington Girls High School, I do believe it is. So if you're in Wellington and you want to come check that out, or maybe even play my game, then come and do it, because that would be awesome.
There's information online?
There is information online.
Yeah.
That's not just helpful, but that's also just true in general. There is a lot of information online. Zeros and ones. In fact, if Google put all their data that they saw onto punch cards, it would... Anyway, thank you guys. Alright, let's get into tonight's game of Black Winter Nights, where we laugh there. We can't edit this because it's live, damn it. Black Winter Nights. So, when last we left the party, they had travelled to Duskin in the northwest of Ukast. After fighting with Malivia, not Malivia, the other one, the Vampire Lord, one of the 5 Lords of Violence's minions, in Blackwind Castle. They managed to slay the creature. However, then hearing that the corruption had spread to Gorstag's hometown, Duskin, in the north, and specifically the Temple of Pelor, they had journeyed north on their ship, the Throbbing Thromin.
I still can't believe that name.
I know. That's the name that stuck. Alright. The party travelled north, where they found the Master Grain, the one who had raised Gore, and certainly the head of the Temple of Pelor in Duskin, had returned from beyond the grave. After a brief encounter and conversation, he had found that he had rematerialized once more through the grace of Pelor for a single act, and that act was to anoint Gorstag as leader of the temple. Having been seen as one of the most pure, true of heart, and bravest of all the monks and acolytes that have come through the temple, he has now been given a position of honour, where essentially the Overwatcher of Duskin. A powerful incantation is not the right word. Then, after hanging around in the city of Duskin, the port city, they had seen flying overhead what they know to be Nemesis, king of the 5 Lords of Violence, the Dragon Rider, riding a Drago Lich of terrible power. The burst of black and blue fire consumed the mountains nearby, where they had, some time ago, met a rather nice tribe of Goliaths and Giants, specifically King the Goliath. Their new party member, Zeed, with the gift of flight, managed to do some scouting and find that, yes, the place has been attacked seemingly precisely and calculatingly. I'm just making up words tonight.
With calculation.
With calculation, that works, thank you. And he's drunk and he's still kind of, yeah. had discovered that yes, King has survived, however the rest of the Goliath tribe seems to have been slain. Then, Shiver had been taken to another plane of existence, where he'd met with Ka'al.
It was scary.
The god of debt, and had found out that through some inaction, or some action previous, seemingly has implicated himself in a dark pact. He was given a choice. Allow this creature to inhabit some of his mind, or instead inhabit the mind of a small druid somewhere else in a caste. The decision itself, terrifying, I'm sure you'll agree. However, Shiver had cleverly used the stone of teleportation gifted to him by a druid who looked remarkably like my sister, and had vanished of that plane. That is when you returned to the merchant you were talking to. The one who, at first, was, hello, an old man, but quickly once he saw the statue you were carrying, a rather snake-like creature himself. He had shown you the statue that could be brought to life, and as you returned from Ka'al's domain, he essentially tried to escape. However, Orthanc had grabbed onto his hand and said, I do believe, hello, Poppet, which is a Pirates of the Caribbean reference, if anyone's keeping track. And that is where we start tonight. As soon as I get this going. Yeah, there we go. Alright, bit of evil music. Okay, so, you guys are now standing in the marketplace of Duskin. Well, marketplace is a grandiose term. It's 3 guys with carts, and one of which is being held by Orthanc. Look! Look! There's really not much more I can do.
There is plenty that you can do.
You've been somewhere. I can see it in your eyes.
Where have you been is the question I want to know.
Well, an answer for an answer, perhaps. Ipso facto. Quid pro quo. Tell me who you are and what you're doing here. And I will answer one question.
I could just break his arms and we can get...
We could always start with that.
Yeah?
Yeah?
I do need
I'm going to break an arm.
both my...
That's a natural 20 on the strength
The sound of popping bones as you just bend back, pressure on the elbow, snap, and it bends at a sickening angle, the bone through the skin.
Let's try that again.
Right, Carl.
Now, I have somehow found myself in a pact with a god I have never met. Who are you, and why are you associated with him?
The forgotten god, Carl. Knowledge of him largely lost at his own request, sinks behind the veils of time and awaits.
Awaits what?
His chance to step back into the mortal realm and reclaim once more what he had lost.
And what has he lost?
His hold on this place. Fittingly in a bet he'd made. Listen, you have 4 options. This really hurts, by the way.
I know.
His hand kind of flops around as blood drips from the elbow.
I tell him to suck it up and grant him 6 healing points.
Pops back into place.
Little less painful? I draw out my scimitar.
His hand erupts in fire.
Oh, you want to try that arm now, do you?
And he extinguishes it.
Good.
The way I see it, you have 4 options. First of which, run. See if you're faster than the god Ka'al. Second, plead your case. Maybe you can overturn the ruling. 3, pay the fucking man. Or 4, champion's valor. Trial by combat.
Combat.
Very well.
God of debt. And you expect combat to work.
It has in the past. He likes to watch. He himself will allow you to appoint champions, and he himself will appoint champions to face them. The battleground of his own choosing. That determines your fate.
Got enough encounters with fate.
This is going to click all the time now.
Yes. Yes, it will. We can make sure that it doesn't click for you if you want.
No.
Yeah? Yeah?
Look! 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 Look. Things are getting out of hand. Simple trader. Simply want to pass my wares on to others and maybe acquire 1 or 2 things myself. Surely you can understand the plight of a traveller.
Simple trader seems to know a lot, don't you think?
This is what I'm thinking. Simple trader, complex trader at best, worst.
Both of you make either a dex roll or a strength roll.
A check or a save or?
Just a check.
Okay.
Where are the rest of us?
You guys are not far away.
Well, I mean, I'm in town. But...
That's a
I just want a staff.
From the same guy.
Oh, the same guy.
The one that they're talking to. However,
So-
when he presented himself to you, he had quite a different persona.
Okay, so am I there then?
Yes, and in fact, at this moment, you see this guy turn and bolt. However, with a 12, not the fastest of cats, you grab him by the scruff of the neck, and his feet actually leave the ground as he's yanked backwards. A miscalculation on my part. No need to punish.
I throw him on the ground.
How is it that you know these things?
What know you of Duskin?
Of Duskin?
Yes.
We know a fair amount about Duskin. What know you of Duskin's history?
Oh, its history is long and complicated. I mean, do you know why that lovely monk has resigned his post as head mage of the temple?
The one that died.
No, the one that succeeded him. Braeden himself was a wonderful man. Bit dull, never quite saw through my facade.
What facade is that?
Oh, well, you see, a simple trader making his way through the cities goes fairly undetected in a place like Duskin.
So what is he really then? Should we break some arms and find out?
That's really not necessary.
Maybe some legs.
You can always go toe by toe. If you're going to do a job, do it thoroughly.
Fine. A pact was made. Here, in this land, in this temple. It was time to collect. He's trapped. Wrote the note myself. Said he was making his way down south to sample the fruits of this wonderful place. He's trapped, and I fear there's probably no retrieving him at this point.
Where is he trapped?
Some would say a prime material plane. Some would say a living nightmare. Some would say in a hell so deep one could fairly, accurately, deny the existence of light itself. Ah, yes. To be consumed so completely must be wonderful.
And what did Duskin gain out of this pact?
Well, the Holy One wished to step once more to the mortal realm. Seems he's done so, and he fixes his eyes on Gorstag.
Lies. Pale does not make deals with demons.
Ah.
Can I motion some nearby guards if there are any to come over?
Yeah, sure. Gorstag essentially just brushes his shoulder, and a couple of the older monks who are pretty much watching the Kinku at this point and saying a couple of prayers, as Kinku is the symbol of hope in the Temple of Duskin. They just kind of stand either side of you, and one's this problem.
I think this one may need to spend some time in the cells.
No, there's really no need. But as you say this, the two guards are putting his hands behind his back. No need to do such things, but fine. The cells wouldn't be the first time.
Careful, guards. He's a magic user. He'll try some slippery stuff to get out.
Thank you for letting them know. And he gets pulled, kicking and screaming and squirming to the very underused cell of Duskin. Cell, plural, in fact. Hasn't been someone thrown in this cell for 300 years in this place. But nonetheless, it remains there. And that is where they go.
What do you know of the god Karl?
Roll history.
So I tell them about what happened.
Okay.
The fact that I was just teleported away.
Forgotten God, so not really much known about him in terms of text or anything. You have heard that there is a certain deity that oversees the deals and tries to maintain order throughout the chaos, holding ones accountable for their actions.
Does he know from that if he can be summoned if someone tries to make a deal of some significance?
A great enough deal. It is said that, say, something that might allay the histories of the world, or something that concerns great numbers of people, he would certainly himself oversee that kind of transaction. The rest of you, the sun is shining beautifully. It's now about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. You watch the shadows of the temple that have been built specifically to lay beautiful patterns and images across the ground have now shifted to a more somber kind of moment. You can see the top of the Temple of Duskin, the outside, looks almost like a jumble of mess, but you actually see as the shadows that it casts perfectly describe different scenes at different times of the day. And currently, just by the flower gardens where the snowdrops are blossoming, you just see a large fellow walking a small child. In the shadows of the Temple of Duskin. The people themselves are kind of bustling around. Everyone that goes or sees part of the Kinku kind of bows and says a quick prayer to Palor and kind of nods as they want to pass.
Okay. Well, this merchant did have a cart, didn't he?
Yeah.
Can we
Free
see
items.
if there's anything?
Roll some investigation.
Yep.
Can I cast detect magic to see if there was
Sure.
anything?
But roll investigation first.
Yeah. That's 18.
Okay.
I got 16.
18 and 16, alright. Give me a sec. You'll find this, and you'll find this. Gonna shuffle them up without looking and give one to each of you.
Okay. Sweet.
Alright. Fair enough.
Oh. Okay. Cool.
I want to go around to one of the other
Pocket it.
merchants
Yeah.
and actually try and sell the stuff that I was originally trying to sell.
Sure. The other two merchants who are here are actually genuine merchants.
Okay, good.
I stand behind them and just get ready to break some off.
You saw him to the other guy, right? Like,
Yeah.
Orthanc kind of just finds small animals to break while he's like not able to kill them.
We're off to some damn good deals.
Sweet,
Not the
yeah.
small ones.
You find a halfling who is dressed in the robes of Palor.
Yeah.
Bright eyes, massive eyes,
Right.
bright blue, and he's watching intently as all this goes on. He looks like he's had far too much coffee. Sorry.
Alright.
Greetings.
So, hi, how you doing?
Wonderful. Ha! Short man. Sorry.
Short
No.
man too.
Yes.
I have some stuff. I believe you have monies for some stuff.
Well, you've got 1 or 2,000 gold.
Okay, cool. So I've got like a sickle, scimitar. I've got a couple of non-magical cloaks, studded leather armor.
Oh well, the weapons. Generally, well,
Go back to unloading.
as you know, most of Duskin until recent times has always taken a rather stern stance on weapons, but now they seem slightly more receptive to the idea.
So you're gonna buy them? You're not gonna buy them?
How much do you want for them?
So I lay everything out and I say,
And he just goes through them and kind of.
Yeah.
You can see him casting stuff like the Tick Magic because he picks them up.
Yeah. I don't know how much is this stuff worth. Like 300 gold altogether.
Something like that. It's like 300.
Yeah. You happy 300? Yeah.
300. Well, you know.
That isn't how you haggle, jeez.
Well, you see,
400.
the problem is.
You don't go up often.
You just tortured someone like 2 feet away from this guy. It's
Yeah.
not really much of a haggle.
Yeah.
Started at
400.
1,000,
Yeah.
go down.
His eyes go from the smiling gnome to the quite terrifying Half-Orc. Quickly back to the gnome. 400.
250?
Well,
Are
see,
you going down?
the problem is
I'm sorry, 5.5. How's that?
There we go.
550.
Yeah.
Salt.
Okay, good.
And he throws over some coins.
That's like how you haggle.
And
That was the most confusing transaction.
yeah, it's like the change raisin con, which works better in America because they have the same coloured. I should not say anymore to implicate myself. Anyway, essentially, he throws some coins and a couple of good luck charms from Duskin for good measure.
Oh, come on, good luck charms.
Yeah.
Excellent, okay.
So you've got small little bits of wood that you hang on door frames, on door handles, sorry.
Oh, right, not actual... Like,
Nothing.
Nothing magical.
No.
Right.
I mean, it's magical in here.
Exactly. But yeah, you make away with some coin, and he makes some weapons which are actually selling quite well here in Duskin at the current time.
Oh, wait, no, I didn't get rid of that one.
The rest of you, what are you guys doing? It's a beautiful day here in the city of Duskin, yes.
Can I be
It's
getting
getting
to the jug I traded with
It
Dom?
requires a long rest.
Oh shit, that's right, sorry.
So I couldn't find anything in the ruins of the city. Like, it was just sort of smouldering and stuff.
Yeah,
over there, right?
Well, you saw a lot of corpses and a lot of...
And like the one guy.
Yeah, okay. Well, so the thing is, the corpses themselves have giant weapons on them. However, it will be very difficult to actually transport those.
Yeah, no, I do not have the strength to pick that up.
Yeah.
And fly.
Yeah. There's also a fierce splattering of ales and such. They do like to drink, giants. You didn't
Fair
actually explore much of the caves that were there. The kind of weapons they got.
I can do that with them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who wants to go exploring some caves after a rest?
The light white clouds slowly dust the sky, drifting lazily.
I'll just follow these lot around and enjoy the beautiful city.
Excellent.
Tin can number 1. Have we... He's dead, but he's not dead, right?
What? Sorry?
Your
Oh.
your uncle? Your grandfather? Your grandfather.
Yeah, we'll go with that. That's probably simple. He's no longer in this plane. You could potentially say that he's no longer alive.
Okay.
He's with Palo now.
I don't know what that means. That's where we came here, right?
Yes.
For the
Did
granddad guy, yeah.
Yeah.
We have other business here because that dragon did just.
There was that vampire attack in the woods. Did
Yeah.
we deal with that?
No.
No.
Have you checked on your
Oh,
friend yet?
Wait.
Yes.
The what is it? The Maester of the Temple of Palor, was it the leader, had to go visit the the festival. That's what he was gonna do, wasn't he? No.
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah,
you're right. He was
gonna
gonna come back,
He
but
was gonna go to the
now
festival.
he's with.
Now he's
Yeah.
with Palor.
Yeah.
So are
Yeah.
you meant to go to the festival?
I assume so, but that's not for another week.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we can
Yeah.
sort that out at the time. So I mean, I think we should go and meet up with King. I think and see what his next plan of action is.
Yeah, see if we can help him at all.
There's the village that I grew up in that is either already been destroyed or
We should go check it out
It's-
anyway.
So, as soon as you finish
Yeah.
that sentence, your bird returns.
It's been destroyed.
Has this on its hard dot sleeve.
oh, look, really appreciate that. So,
While he's reading, I want to go to Dain and say, hey, you know how you used to get those vials of your blood?
Yes.
Apparently I'm
I
being
like
chased by a demon god, and I was thinking it might be useful to have some of those on my person at all times.
Actually, Ka'al, not specifically a demon. He is seen as one of the less savory characters, but certainly not evil influence. In fact, he would be, in some terms, chaotic neutral.
Okay, but we don't know whether or not his...
Right.
It can't hurt, right?
Yeah.
Say no more.
I mean, you know, an unsavory demigod.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, I don't know what to do about getting out of this frickin' pact that I somehow have gotten myself into. Your blood is one of the few things I can think of that is powerful enough to actually make a difference.
I'll stock up on vials.
Do a game.
Actions.
Challenge him to a game.
We're
Should we-
missing someone.
A game of fights.
Floats around. Glowy eyeball.
Okay.
That's the
Yeah.
one. Yeah.
Perhaps.
Where is he?
yeah, what happened to that guy?
You guys.
He hasn't been around for a while.
I mean, it was pretty confusing during all the partying, so I think
Yeah.
he just kind of wandered
I
off.
thought he was on the boat.
Well, he wasn't on the boat.
On the boat.
Well,
I'll
I
be
mean,
back in a second. I'm gonna go check the ale stores on my boat.
Oh shit. Okay. Yeah.
I'm going to need to reply to this message, so
Sure.
I'm going to go and find the kid with the birds.
He himself, as you walk into the room with the cages, is watching a cat kind of circle him.
Yeah.
And is just speaking incoherently to it.
This is just probably just me having really poor memory, but who's Lydia?
Oh, Lydia is not someone we've talked about.
Okay,
It's someone that has survived from the village. You
Yeah.
would know them.
I would know that.
Yeah, probably leaning on the side of elderly.
Alright.
Nice lady.
Alright.
What's the name of that guy?
Lydia?
No. The guy who.
Will?
No, that you packed to.
Oh,
Oh.
Carl. Yeah, that's right. I didn't want to say Carl.
Alright, so I want to go basically reply.
Yeah.
Duskin's safe.
Duskin is safe.
Head this direction.
Yeah.
I'll come to you.
Cool. Again, the small child lends you his fastest bird,
Yeah.
and it takes off the red drum.
Cool. And so I'm going to find everyone else
Cool.
after that. And say the message I received was from the village. It's been destroyed, but there are survivors and they need help. I've told them to head in this direction, but I've said that we need to go and meet them to help them to get here, as it does not seem like the dangerous past.
let's go do that.
Is that far?
It's pretty
Red
close.
Rum is a day or so
Yeah.
away.
As
Maybe
the
two.
crow flies.
Maybe more. as the Aarakocra flies,
Kinku.
Kinku.
Let's go Kinku.
Well, we found out, we actually did some research, me and Dave did some research, well Dave did some research, and Kinku has got like limitations, it is the race you're playing is the Aarakocra.
Yeah.
You can't fly basically if you're looking.
Rock the microphone.
Yeah.
The Aarakocra.
Yeah, Aarakocra, yeah.
Kinku technically don't fly because
Yeah.
they don't have wings.
Yes, Aarakocra.
But yeah.
Is Murdertown inland or?
Inland.
Okay. So we can't.
Should we prepare and then leave, or do we want to just head off?
I'm gonna check the beer. And then let's head off.
Okay.
I mean,
What?
Vampires don't fly unless they're bats, right?
Correct.
I'm totally fine scouting ahead and hanging with them. It's like, you know, sort of helping them out. If you guys want to catch up on foot through the trees.
You're looking for an old woman named Lydia.
Alright, is it just one of them?
I
or-
don't know. I only know it's her. But I've only got the message. I haven't seen her handwriting since I was a child, so also be aware.
Alright.
whilst he's checking the ale storages,
Yeah.
is there a library within the city?
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah. Can I go look at it and see if I can find anything about Carl while he's
Yeah,
quickly,
roll some investigation.
just to see what he lost, what deal he lost last time.
Sure.
I'm gonna go with, and I want to research books of old animals.
Sure.
7.
7. As you wander into the Temple of Pala with the books and cats, in fact, in one of the high rooms is one of the libraries, and there's a smaller library at the bottom floor.
I'd like to look at them, just give them advantage.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So I roll. Okay.
Yeah.
Because yes, it's like me rolling history as well. And rolling a 1.
Okay.
Why did I let you do that?
Again, Forgotten God. Not much is known about it.
I got 11 on the animals book.
Okay.
Do I get anything interesting with dinosaurs and shit in it?
What are dinosaurs?
Like a picture book of it. Oh, a T-Rex.
One.
That was a 4 and a 7.
One creature that you find a book on lived in essentially a series of caverns underneath the centre of a cast. Had quite a few people that would follow it in a certain way. In fact, you could say that it was a hive of activity. Creature with multiple stalks. And
Okay, so not something that's going to be useful for me right now, right?
No, with that wrong.
Right, okay, yeah. Damn it.
Also, while this...
Oh, and a panther.
Alright, Panther. Yeah. I'm going to get a new form, that's fine.
While you're doing this, I'd like to go and give like whoever's in charge, like the military apparatus that's obviously been set up here, like a bit of a crash course on vampires
Cool.
in terms of like their weaknesses and what to look for.
Yep,
and
awesome.
things like that.
Cool. Essentially, yeah, you find Al has been pretty much in charge of trading, as she was most gifted in combat and certainly the ways of the bow. She's returned.
I asked you, don't
No, where's the bow? She's bow chicka whoa whoa.
Aha!
Yeah.
Wow.
Whoa.
You just don't get that kind of content on other shows. Anyway, yeah, so essentially
Quality
Al...
comedy.
like and subscribe. As you find Al in the back gardens, she's actually trading a whole bunch of people in close armed martial art combat. And they're kind of doing it in form of Tai Chi type stuff, you know, moving slowly over and over again until the movements get locked in your mind so much so that they become second nature. And she kind of just shouts at them, 100 more! Ah,
Al, how are you recovering?
that still kind of hurts. But, you know, I feel fine. Not that eager to go back into the forests.
I don't blame you, but unfortunately it may need to be done. I don't know how ready the people in Duskin will be to actually go out and hunt for these vampires.
And she looks over the people, clumsily forgetting which hand goes where.
So I'd suggest possibly stopping patrols of that nature for the time being, and we may need to go and root out the vampires ourselves. But then, to make sure that none infiltrate the city, which I imagine would be hard because it's sacred and all that kind of stuff. But, you know, vampires are, you know, they're sensitive to light, and I can't remember the other specific facts I know about vampires, but that part
There's stuff you do, yeah. So essentially, you know that they can only enter a residence when invited.
Yeah.
Sensitive to sunlight and running water.
Yeah.
You put them on alert. Essentially, the guards at the front gate are told not to let anyone in if they specifically say, "Can I come in?" And look toothy.
Build a moat.
In terms of the patrols, she puts a stop to them for now, waiting until the monks of the Temple of Palo have been trained enough that they can be able to defend themselves in a reasonable manner. Cool. So she goes back to kind of shouting at the acolytes who are still right hand over left. Like, sorry. And then you can see next to that group of people doing even worse, trying to hold blades. And it's like the first year at Hogwarts for a Muggle, like for a Muggleborn. They don't really know what they're doing, but they're still kind of eagerly excited to learn. They just keep turning people into slugs and stuff. Did that metaphor work? Anyway, as you guys eventually re-congregate in the center of the Temple of Duskin, it's now about 5 o'clock. It's getting a bit dusky in the skies. What would you like to do?
Some fucker stole so much of my ale.
Oh no.
Everyone in the town square that hears this freezes, looks around, and just quietly backs away.
The orc's on a rampage.
And the creepy floating one with the glowing eye is nowhere to be seen. I think we've got a thief in our hands.
My
He's doing
heart,
something
my heart
profane.
is heavy for your lost ale, but I think we do need to be going.
Like his hometown murdered by demons. You're like, my ale!
Can you hear a faint burp of Jinx?
Somewhere. Jinx is actually going to be one of the playable characters in my Confusion one shot.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I'm gonna be playable.
Yeah.
How does
You don't
that
get
feel?
played, Dave.
I'm so bad at role playing. Someone else has to play with.
Cool. So I'm gonna fly ahead and see if I can scout out the woman and maybe escorts if
Cool.
there are.
Yeah. Sweet.
So is he already happy to head off? Just I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Make that decision for everyone.
Okay.
I'm gonna do it anyway.
Oh,
Right,
yeah.
you
I mean
guys.
the rest of us.
Gorstag, as you.
Team player. What's this?
Well, as the Aarakocra. Wait, no, that's a city in New Zealand.
Yeah.
That's the Tiago of the group.
Yeah. Aarakocra.
Aarakocra, thank you.
I
Aarakocra is nice.
Please don't
I
ever
think.
get it right.
It's
Just
related
keep
to
constantly changing it.
So yeah, like
It's related to the Talpo.
Yeah. No, I'll actually continue to do that. Not really on your advice, just the fact that I actually can't say it right. The fuck it. The bird guy flies in, and
I'll take bird guys.
essentially you
Kind of
super-
racist, but you know.
Yeah.
Third person.
Essentially, Duskin becomes a small speck beneath you as you lift off into the sky. The air is quite light and the wind is quite gentle, so it doesn't really affect your flying too much. Yeah. From here, though, as you rise, you can see the mountains ahead and where the smoke is just starting to die down now. You also see towards the northwest of the Ice Shard Sea a huge glowing rift of blue and white energy, just glowing from amongst the ice shards. However, as you fly towards Central Cast, you go over Blackwinter Woods. You do hear from Neverwinter, which is not just Blackwinter, no copyrights there. As you fly over Blackwinter Woods, you hear a small raucous going on in Blackwinter Castle.
Still going.
Sounds like some kind of party that's still raising there. And essentially, can you roll some either survival or investigation, whichever you
Oh man, give me my survival rolls. Alright, so she's not a fey, fiend, or undead, is she?
No.
I give advantage to
Yeah.
tracking. Oh, there we go. Nat 20.
Alright!
That'd be 25.
Wow. Okay, sweet. As you focus your bird-like senses into the mode of tracking, you essentially dart through the forest and such at great speed, trying to find what you're looking for. The efficiency of which you do this immediately lets you track down a path of chaos, essentially. A whole bunch of littered corpses, mostly of animals, but a few traders, a few people that were coming for the festival, seemingly trying to take a less dangerous route by going through the forest where the Druids are and all the animals are.
Oh, the irony.
Yeah, have instead found just their own demise. These people have been brutally murdered, not just killed, but torn limb from limb. You've got skulls stuffed in chest cavities and...
This doesn't seem like sort of vampire thing, does it?
No, this does not seem like vampire things. This seems like a streak of unbridled violence. But essentially you follow the scattered limbs and removed organs to what is Redrun. The largest farming village in Ucast. You get there within, I'd say, 2 hours with that roll, which is great tracking skills. And the city itself has largely been burnt, destroyed, littered with corpses, and essentially as you kind of land here, it's just eerily quiet. All the farming equipment still in stock, like statues and some kind of abstractionist art gallery.
Cool. I'll do like the the cautionary hello, anyone there? Crow.
Can I get some perception, please?
Crow from the
Mr.
middle of the
Vampire,
town.
you did?
Hey, any demons still around? Probably not. Do you want passive? Probably not.
Yeah, passive or, you know. What?
I mean, I rolled a 10,
Give me passive.
but
Give me passive.
passive is
probably
13.
Cool.
Yeah.
Essentially, you hello kind of thing. I don't know if you sound like a bird, but in my head you do.
Probably.
as you look around, you scan. Nice place. Some of the
Nice place.
what's destroyed, but it was nice. Essentially, like some of the carts are still full of grain. It looks like it looks like the town was going along. It's general business, and then time
just
is
shit
stopped.
happened.
Yeah. But eventually, after you wander around for a little bit, maybe 20 minutes, 30 minutes, you go towards one of the barns in the farmland. Now all the creatures have been let loose. There's doors open and such, and you can see tracks leading away.
Yeah.
But as you kind of approach, this small figure just darts out in front of you with a pitchfork. It's okay. And a huddled family of about 7 or 8 comes to their side, covered in blood. Some of them injured quite badly. Improvised weapons, just anything they can find, gardening equipment, such. Help! Help! Please!
Are you Linda?
Lydia.
What's her name?
Lydia. Lydia.
Are you Linda?
Lydia. And this elderly woman, long black hair, kind of hobbles forward, leg quite badly injured, can barely walk on one, and she's just using a hoe as to to stand up. Yes.
I came. I'm part of the adventuring group with the cleric guy.
Gorstag.
Yeah. Look, man, I've been with you guys for like a week, and half of that was while we're drunk.
Yeah.
There's only one cleric guy, and everybody knows him. The cleric guy.
The cleric guy that's totally not been messaging you. Yeah.
We got his letter.
And so I've scouted on ahead as like the sort of welcoming party, and we're going to meet up with them.
Good.
On our way back.
Well, this is us. This is everyone that survived.
Everyone?
We've just been hiding here. Sorry, you don't happen to have any food.
I mean,
The
I've
livestock was
probably
gone,
got a
mate.
couple of things of rations.
Yeah.
Yes. I have rations.
Anything would be appreciated.
Give them like a days or 2 of rations. To
Cool.
sort of
They
share out.
take it immediately. Start. They distribute it fairly. These people are honest people.
Oh, nice.
We were tilling. It's going well. It was a great harvest this year. Plenty of yields and hundreds of gold worth. We're planning on what to spend the money on. There's a bright light, blue light, and then this calling, this screeching, this horrible sound just on the wind. We were just asking each other what we thought it was, but we didn't have a second to think. These creatures came from every angle. Angry things. Killed everyone they could and then vanished. They were gone. Our poor city. And she kind of slumps down into a corner. And a small kid, maybe 10, 12, steps forward, and you can see he's got a dagger in each hand. I fought off what I could. It's not easy, you know?
It's alright, kid. I've been where you were.
And he kind of puts them away. We need to get out of here, but we weren't sure what routes were safe.
None of them are.
I thought as much.
It's it's a forest out there.
We want to get to Duskin. We want to get to the temple.
I'm here. I'll help out as much as possible.
Thank you.
We'll probably should get a move on.
Some of us can't walk very well.
That's very well. We'll move slowly. We've got the rest of the party is going to try and meet us as soon as possible.
Good. And back to you guys. Walking out the front gates of Duskin. The 2 guards now with not nice weapons, but the best weapons they can find, jiltily attached to their belts, as they kind of watch you, terrified to see the most able adventurers in the city leaving. Gorstag, as you step out of the confines of Duskin, as you step out of the gate, you guys see him just fall to one knee, head bowed. Can you make a wisdom save, please?
That is 18.
Let the fame go to your head.
At this point, you feel a presence approach your mind. Essentially, feels like a vision coming on. With that, you can resist it if you want, or allow it, and it's up to you.
Do I get any other feeling beyond it's just a vision?
Roll inside.
That is a 14.
14. It has the warmth of Palor's light.
Then I'll accept.
Cool. Essentially, you guys hear Gore kind
Give
of...
me a collect
Exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah. Now, at this point, you feel a burning beneath one of the symbols of Paladin on your armor. The insignia that he had gifted you last time you visited him. This time you feel it on your skin beneath the armor. And it doesn't sear into you, but you feel it imprint itself on your chest. This is the mark of Duskin, only reserved for the Grand Masters and the leaders. It's now been gifted to you. However, the vision you see, you look back up, as your eyes hit the ground, you look back up, and in front of you is no longer Black Winter, but you do find yourself in a forest, and as you turn, you see that behind you it's turned to forest as well. It's fairly visceral and real. You can hear a couple of creatures in the darkness. It's an unnaturally dark forest, and all the leaves are black. There's no sunlight to the point where you almost feel like it's magical darkness. And you just kind of look up. And you're in a small clearing. I mean, the trees still branched overhead. It's eerily quiet, and in the centre of the small clearing is an altar, a stone slab, with 4 runes on either corner. You kind of make your way forward, and that's when there's a slight shift. You feel like time is passing a little bit. And in front of you, these ghostly figures that are barely there, ethereal and shimmering, kind of, you can sometimes see the forest through them, and then they become corporeal. And you watch this group approach, and they wander into this clearing, and seemingly are not aware of you at any point. But you see a lot of these guys are carrying weapons. There's a group of people, very varied in their race and size and such. And they're having a conversation, but it's all kind of muted. You can't quite hear what's going on. It's like, whilst you're experiencing it, you're trying to recall a dream from the previous night. It's all kind of mucky and hazy, and nothing quite clicks. But as you see one of them climb onto the centre of the altar, that's when you just turn, and there you see, in a dark robe, flowing, long black hair, very prominent teeth either side, step from the shadow. And one of the other people just blasts at him, this white, blue light streaks across. And then you get just flashes of the next maybe hour or so as you just see snapshots come and go. Palor's hand on the back of your shoulder, just kind of willing you to keep on and just hold on this vision and just stay. Reality is kind of trying to pull you back at this point, but you just kind of stay in the vision. And you watch these attacks. You watch the forest floor erupt in fire. Huge wall of flame. You see people fall. Poof, poof. You even see this fanged creature murder one of these people. This horrible strike of necrotic damage, this horrible strike of energy that just seeped into this guy in like a red cloak who just rolls back and dies. After a while, you see the conclusion of the fight. You see this ball of light, this beam, travel into the centre of the fanged one's chest and just eviscerate, destroy and disintegrate his form. And there's this pulse, this dark pulse, that emanates through the forest. And as you look back down to the forest floor, you see this 5-pointed star. In one corner, you recognise a symbol of the Ogre King. That's like a gem there, in the 5-cornered star, and it's cracked and broken. And then over here, you see what looks like the insignia of the vampiric twins, Silencia and Fangoria, split down the middle. And now that cracks, and the light dims from that. And that's when Gorstag's head rises back up from the vision.
I'll describe it to everyone else as best I can.
Cool.
Well, you sure that wasn't the funny juice?
The guards kind of watch, and they've actually bowed their head in prayer when they see their now leader, essentially, being gifted an audience, a council with Palor in their eyes, and they're just kind of awestruck by the moment. Just kind of,
I'll ask about the vision in the clearing.
Mm-hmm.
Does that sound like any place that I know, considering the fact that I was in a clearing and surrounded by woods and forests and stuff?
right, roll history.
Also, the runes that you mentioned on the altar, is that anything I'd recognise?
Roll...
Ha!
Confirm, please.
That's an 8.
Nat 20.
Awesome, cool.
Okay, total of 25.
Well, as he describes the fact of the black leaves on the trees and the magical darkness, you do know this to be the Shadow Forest in the east of Ukas.
Okay.
As for the runes, can you roll just straight intelligence? Let's see if you can.
That is going to be a 19.
Awesome. Yeah, that's enough. The runes themselves were one for each of the 4 seasons in Ancient Elvish.
And I didn't recognise like the creature that was fighting all the people.
Looked like a vampire
Looked
by
like
the
a
teeth.
vampire,
Very regal, long.
Yeah, but it wasn't like Silencia or Fangoria.
That was Silencia.
It was Silencia.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's just the one that's still alive, right?
Not anymore.
We've killed both of them?
Well, in the vision you saw Silencia die.
Yeah.
He saw Silencia
Yeah.
die.
So I don't know that that's happening right now or happened in the past or is to happen.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, the one we killed was Fangoria, not Silencia, correct? Okay. And we actually haven't seen Silencia die other than this.
Correct.
Okay.
2 down, 3 to go.
Right.
This whole time, can we be like walking towards Murder Town?
Yeah, off you go. Which path are you taking? Are you taking the road that goes past where the Goliaths are, or through Black Winter Forest?
Okay, the path has the Goliaths, which I understand some of you are friendly with, and also weren't there some nasty people on the road where you could break some more arms?
That's the high road going south.
Sorry.
The Goliath village, there's like one survivor.
What's the more direct route? Like, what's the
Through the forest is
No,
moderate.
no, but
Yeah.
I vote for through the forest.
Oh, yeah.
You did the forest.
So can we take horses in direction and get there quicker?
Yeah, you could borrow some horses from Duskin. Yeah,
Yeah.
for
I
sure.
am my own horse.
That's a good idea, actually.
Yeah, you've got one of the higher up ranking clerics within the party.
Higher
Yeah.
up.
Alright, well, can we retroactively borrow some horses? And,
The guards at the gate, who were met with this glory of watching their leader leave, and victory and glory, suddenly go, shit, we need horses, guys.
yeah, I do that. I've got my keys and I'm
Yeah.
handing them out.
You guys will go fast and then go back in, and they just kind of pretend like that didn't
Had like
happen.
5 different pockets.
Yeah.
And like,
The horse and
I
other
forgot my
pants.
horse.
They kind of
They're in my jacket pocket.
It's my first day, leave me alone.
5 experience points just for that line. As you return and find some very fast horses, blessed with the light of Palo himself.
Oh,
Well, in that case, I guess the road is probably going to be faster.
Yeah, cool. Let's do that one.
And the clip clop of horses as you all take off. Can everyone that's there roll animal handling, please?
I intimidate the fuck out of my horse into obeying me.
No.
Can you not be mean-spirited?
No animal cruelty allowed in my game. Unless the
Horses don't
creatures
have
are trying
arms,
to kill
there's
you.
nothing to break.
Wow, solid 5.
You just sort
Okay.
of gurr at it menacingly.
Animal
You
handling.
got teeth.
Okay.
Don't like
All sorts
horses.
of respect teeth.
21.
Right. So counterintuitively, the giant half-orc that's terrifying goes up to this majestic creature and kind of says, "Hello, how are you doing?
Come
How
here,
you
you beautiful
doing?"
bastard.
Whatever you do, the horse responds well to it and will follow your direction in any manner. The rest of you, a 5. So I'm going to make rolls along the way to see if your horse bucks you off because he's really not happy about this.
You're a little bit too hot for him. Just like overheating.
Yeah.
17.
17 is fine. Your horse will steer and react to commands and such.
13, but I'm also going to spend some time getting to know my horse, find out what it
Nice.
does on weekends.
Take that for a night.
Are you riding or flirting with it?
The horse.
What's the difference?
You got some time. Yeah.
Flirt with them and then ride them. That's my experience. Anyway. I'm so sorry.
With horses on?
Yeah, horses. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Can I read out my own book now?
No, that's so messed up. Anyway, you don't want to know. Essentially,
You don't want to.
the horse was actually saved by the temple. It was originally going to be transported for food. It was going to be carved up and eaten by some rather unsavory hunters who had been hired by some of the lords. But this one had been spared and is now very happily taking people from place to place instead.
No, you won't be glued today.
Exactly. Yours is trying to buck you off, but is not succeeding.
You can hear that horse bitching about him.
You head east through the roads. Akaroa, what is up?
Yeah, through the forest.
Aarakocra. Yeah.
Straight line. Let's just go.
Okay, cool.
You need to come up with a phrase of what they're called in this world that you can actually pronounce.
Yeah, Akaroa. All right.
Yeah, Akaros.
Put up a piece of paper right there, just so you can always look up and see it.
It says Taupo.
Yeah. Can I get like a prompter screen? So like I like reading the news. I don't actually have to do anything. I can just read it off.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then it will just be programmed with
Oh
every
yeah, I'll get
possible
right on that
eventuality.
already sitting there.
Yeah. So,
No, you read that off the teleprompter just
yeah,
there.
yeah. If you guys want to help us and donate so we can buy a teleprompter, then that's a fucking
Just so you can pronounce my race right.
yeah.
In case you're watching this in the future, we're
Yeah.
not buying a helicopter.
Actually, if you want to help us donate, we're buying microphones and cameras. Anyway, as you make your way back, I assume you're on foot or claw,
Yeah.
and the rest of the guys are trying their best to
Talon.
keep up. The Talons, yeah.
Yeah.
They've taken everything with them that they think is either important in the ways of survival or valuable to the point they can't leave it behind. And upwards you go, back through Blackwinter.
Probably should have told you guys that I was going through the woods. Oh well.
Yeah, through the woods. Now, I'd
Hindsight.
say... Yeah, I'd say that you're probably heading in a direct path through the woods straight to Duskin.
That would be my attempted goal, yes.
Cool.
I want to send Twitter ahead to let them know that we're coming along the forest path.
Okay. As you guys... Yeah, okay, cool. So Twitter is going to try and find them and succeed. Alright. So, as you travel... yeah.
Did you just get that?
That was the first time I've heard of Twitter.
Twitter's great. As you're wandering, you do notice a creature, a small bird, who seems to be arcanely influenced in some way to be able to respond to people and such, and it directly flies to you. I assume you say, find the bird person, find the Aarakocra, rather.
The Raka.
Do you have speak with animals?
I'm looking at my sheet and I know I don't.
Okay. Had you given Twitter a note, or did you?
No, this time it was just like.
It's just a bird that I know exists.
So
Did you assume he speaks bird because he is a bird?
So racist.
Yeah.
I mean, I speak Orin.
Right, so the bird lands in front of you, and you the whole party kind of stops. The rest of the guys paranoidly look around and start a little circle, weapons pointed out, and 5 weapons pointing out. The bird itself does a small dance in front of you, trying to convey, follow me. It's kind of like doing its wing like this, and then pointing at you with its wing, and then hopping along. Can you roll straight intelligence to see how long it takes
Oh dear lord.
to
It's
figure it out?
like a bad dab or something.
Yeah.
That would be a 5.
A
That's
5.
going in the high.
For 2 hours, you watch this bird, and you're just like, what, you need food? Like, you want water? Like, do you want, and he's going, you want me to help you? I'll put you up in the tree. And then it's like, if you've ever seen a bird facepalm, it kind of just, dealing with idiots. And essentially, after an embarrassingly long time, you figure out, it wants me to follow him. And it's like
Just delayed him for 2 hours.
And the refugees don't beat him at bird shrines.
A small light bulb just ding, but not like one of those beautiful energy saver 90-watt ones, like one of the ones from the Easy Bake Ovens from like the 80s.
just an LED, just an LED. Just
It's like a poor man's idea, as that's what it looks like.
Yeah. But eventually you realise, and Twitter.
You could really call me a bird brain.
5 experience points. Twitter eventually.
He reports bad puns.
I do. Yes, I do. Yes,
Worth it.
And eventually, after a while, you guys both merge with Twitter, and yes, you hit each other in the centre of the road from Duskin to Dusk Woods, which are next to the mountains where the Goliaths were. Essentially, you guys meet up on the road. The road is long, dusty trails, like a sandy kind of dirt road. Big rocks sometimes. Most of them have been cleared, as this has been a usual path for merchants or people carrying the wares that have been in the port of Duskin throughout Elisia. The sun is now dipped below the horizon, and twilight is upon you. Essentially, a very inky, kind of dark, bluish, purplish sky, and very, very clear night. You can see pretty much all the stars, including the beautiful constellations. Some of you know a bit more about the constellations than others, and the 2 moons in the sky, Vo and Evo, are shining bright. It's quite cold this evening, but you all kind of gather your cloaks and such, weapons at the hilts, and discuss the events of later. And then you start heading east as a party.
Yep.
East.
Back.
Going west back to.
We've got a whole lot of refugees. Do we want to?
Oh,
Yeah.
right, you're going to take them back first.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
is that not the plan?
I
Yeah.
mean,
Oh, okay.
some of
I
us
just
can
got
always just go back on horse and go.
I mean,
at
it's not
this
far.
point, it's maybe a couple of hours for them to travel.
Well, we have these carts as well, don't we?
You got horses, no carts.
I'm happy to help with these people back.
Okay.
We should do that. I'll heal up like the worst of the injured people as much as I can, just
join in
so they
as
can
well.
walk faster as well.
Sweet,
Yeah.
sweet. Okay, cool. Essentially, as you healing word and healing touch them, they kind of just, and now they can move. They're not fully healed, but they can move at least at normal speed. You guys meet, take them back to Duskin, where the 2 guards, the 2 monks on the gate, see injured and sick, immediately see you, realise what's going on, and just rush to their side, and they kind of cast a bit more spells as well. Some of them produce bread, and they get taken within Duskin, and essentially sent to rest in the temple, and when the morning they'll be greeted with the service of foods and such, and a few lectures on why Palo is the bomb.
On the way there, I
Yeah.
would like to be asking about what they saw in the attack, like what they know is still in the town. Do they know if anything more information about what attacked it and where it is?
Terrible creatures. Beasts of shadow and fire. And you'd try and fight, you'd see them. And you'd swing, but before you even got close, they'd be behind you and strangling. I've never seen a less merciless death than what I witnessed. Have you ever watched someone beaten with their own windpipe? Because I have.
That does not sound fun.
And then, as the last body they could see dropped, they were gone. Into the night. Terrible speed.
Creatures of shadow and fire.
Horrible things. Teeth and claws.
Like, how big were they? Human sized? Bigger?
It was a living nightmare. These things that I'd only seen in books. On every side.
What did you see in the books?
There was the stories. Stories of the warriors of the Raven Queen. Goddess of Death. Her minions, dark creatures, roamed the earth. I mean, it was just stories, we thought.
Do I recognize what they're talking about? What they're describing?
The Raven Queen?
No,
the creatures.
Yeah.
With the words shadow and fire, that sounds demonic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would that be a book that I'd be familiar with? Like, or that's
Yeah, well,
stories?
that's that kind of stuff. Yep. Yes.
As a bard, would I be familiar with any of these stories?
Everyone that wants to roll history. Leave it to the dice.
23, natural 20.
Nice.
Five.
There you go.
17, but
It's a lot of natural 20.
Just FYI, if you guys get into combat, send this guy in first with his nat 20s. Yes. Okay, well, nat 20s.
Use them on skill checks.
Solid 3.
So, I mean...
Yeah.
so now, no.
Someone's
You've heard stories of demons and creatures and such, as they used to be part of the history of the world.
Yeah.
In fact, it's only the last 100 years up until recently where these dark creatures and deaths were occurring. So a lot of this stuff is older knowledge, and certainly there's not anything up to date at any point. But you also know that the Raven Queen is a beautiful goddess of not just death but life as well, and it is a kind watcher of the world, and certainly does not command evil entities or anything like that.
Yeah.
Hence the stories. But you also know that some people are smart enough to put the truth in fiction. And in some of these stories where they're surrounded by a lot of make-believe, there is one or two things that actually ring true. So it seems like the Raven Queen might be tied up in this somehow, but essentially these creatures and such, the dark things, the dark beasts, very difficult for a commoner to know much about them. But of course the libraries, you yourself as a druid know that the Connected Wisdoms, one of the 7 circles, concerns themselves mainly with stories of this nature, trying to gather all the information. They want to be the ones who save the world via knowledge, and they believe that will be the true sanctification of the world, when everyone is well educated. So, as the party returns to Duskin once more, the guards have now seen you go like in and out like 3 times, like a cat that just can't make up his mind. The sky is now complete darkness, save for the stars, very, very, very deep black. What are you guys going to do?
So we head straight back out.
Okay. And the horses, once again, turn with you. Shiver, you hear stories of the horse. He actually wanted to be a racehorse. He was tried out for racehorses in the races in Blackwinter. It was not quite fast enough, but was really wanted to. Trying.
Do you want to try? Yeah.
Before you finish the sentence, this thing takes off. You guys will watch Shiver, this tiny gnome. Holy crap! As this thing just
hunker down on this horse.
Okay, animal handling.
Faster, come on.
Animal handling, and if you roll high enough, I'll give him advantage on his athletics.
Alright.
Nat 20 again.
No, what the fuck? Give me this dice. Hang on. Alright. Okay.
That's what.
That's
4
that's 5
tonight.
That's 5 tonight.
Tonight.
He's rolled 3, I've rolled 1, and he's rolled 1.
Yeah.
I'll tell you this, I'm
Hey,
scared.
critical 1.
I've gotten critical ones tonight as well. On that dice.
The kinship of you and your horse is unquestionable at this point.
horse
The horse would
20.
die for you at this point. As you pelt down
I
the road.
introduced the horse and Captain, and
Yeah.
Twitter's not back yet, so
roll athletics for Captain.
Alright.
You guys are going to race.
Alright,
Why wouldn't Twitter be back? He
'Cause-
probably came back with me.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, Twitter would be back.
Yeah.
So-
Twitter can roll athletics as well. I want to see who wins. And then you guys want to put any bets down, now's the time to do it. You guys in the
Alright.
chat, if you want to bet on this, I'm not really encouraging gambling, but I kind of am.
I put 2 gold down on.
I've already rolled for the horse, I know what the horse is.
So what are we doing? Athletics?
Yeah.
Athletics is... okay.
Alright, I'll put 2 gold on Twitter.
I don't wanna
if
bet.
anyone's keen.
But I want to try something else.
Oh,
Now, when I leveled up, I swapped out one of my spells.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
I
maybe
picked
you
up
should trade.
Speak with Animals.
No, sorry, I have to pause this for one moment.
Okay.
You cannot have got a nat 20.
Critical
1.
Oh, that's
Oh,
okay. Continue.
I picked up Speak with Animals.
Nice.
I am going to see him take off.
Yeah.
and cast Speak with Animals and whisper to my horse, "Go, Shadowfax."
Okay. Awesome. In fact, you and the horse, I rolled for both of them. You both got the exact same thing. And now neck and neck on this path.
Oh.
Right. What do the other guys got?
The other guys?
Twitter
Okay,
and-
so Captain got a 1 and Twitter, like, what did you do for
Come
a
on.
bird? I've got bat, I've got hawk.
Could do
There's
acrobatics
owl.
rather
There's like
than
owl and
athletics.
raven and stuff.
There's owl and raven?
Yeah,
Raven.
Raven would work, yeah.
Alright.
I've got 2 gold on Twitter if anyone's keen.
Take on Twitter.
No.
What would it
What
be?
was
'Cause it's
the,
not gonna be
what's the payout?
Just roll straight d20. Just
Straight
roll
D20? Okay. Roll. 9.
9. Your horse and the gnome's horse and our neck and neck. I need you guys both to just roll a straight d20.
Can I be really cheeky here
Probably.
and say to his horse, "Fuck, she's fine," and point off in a direction and try and distract her?
Okay, alright. I'm gonna see if they got with insight. No, the horse knows exactly what you're trying to do. What did you roll for your
19.
You gotta beat a 19.
14?
Ah,
Wait,
unfortunately,
can you
the
inspire your
gnome-
horse?
Can I inspire?
Yes, you can inspire.
Come on, baby!
You do it.
Come on!
He's literally burned his spell slot to do this. Alright.
Fuck.
No.
17.
Oh. So, as the naked, like the dust clouds, you guys are all going as these two horses have bolted off down the road. They're neck and neck, and they're only really breaking their attention to look at each other as they rattle down this road at high speeds. The world itself, have you seen like that? Start seeing the Star Wars, the stars keep going like gold vortex smoke. The trees are doing that. The things.
The trees in hell blue.
No, well, you're kind of going.
Start travelling back in some time.
Again, you find yourself. And you start going, come on, and your horse, but the gnome instead just goes, I believe in you, and his horse just takes off into the night. Congratulations, you won the race. And we're going to take a 10-minute break on
Leonard
that
had
note.
a 500 gold on Shiver.
Thank you for your faith, Leonard.
Leonard, you've doubled your money. That's 500 gold for you. If you ever play in that game, which I hope you do, make sure you mark that down. Anyway, as the party races towards their destination, we're just going to take a 10-minute break and then we'll be back. So thank you for coming along so far. And yeah, don't go too far because we're back in 10 minutes. That was awesome.
That was awesome.
Hello, and welcome back to Black Winter Nights. I'm not just rolling dice behind my screen, I'm paying attention. On the D20 multiverse, myself, all the my lovely players, the Black Winter Nights. When last we left, an epic race took place. And this, wow, that rhymed. And Shiver managed with his horse, Glow, without the W, GLO, had managed to outrun the horse of Orthanc. I can hear myself. And essentially, I assume after that you guys returned victorious and sullen to the party, travelling east across the road, beneath the mountains, nearing Duskin Woods. As you guys wander, the sounds of the forest not too far from you. Occasionally a bird or two will fly overhead. You don't see too many people on this road for quite some time as you wander. The blinking stars above you give brief hope of a fine dawn, but it's certainly quite far away as the group kind of trades stories, especially with the new members who have joined recently, about your previous conquests and maybe exaggerating one or two things. I think the statistic is an average adult lies once every 10 minutes during conversation, so I'm sure there's one or two embellishments on certain things. As you approach, can anyone just roll perception, please?
Nat 20. Nat 1.
That's just a night of extremes.
16.
12.
Dain is on his phone.
Oh.
Anyway, yes, I'll roll for him. Sorry. Nat 20? No, it's a 6.
Oh no, he rolled a 15.
Oh, 15. Okay, sorry. I didn't hear that. Right. Gorstag. You see something that betrays logic slightly. You see a creature far down the road, almost blocking your view of where you're heading to. This almost two-dimensional dark silhouette, and it seems to take a step forward and then just sink straight into the ground, woof, and vanishes. Those of you who got a 16, you notice that Black Winter Woods is now growing quite quiet, and you stop seeing creatures flying overhead, and it just becomes slightly softer as you wander. Slightly softer, less sound. Nothing too menacing.
How are the horses reacting?
The horses themselves are going on. If you've still got Speak with Animals going, then you can hear Shiver's horse bragging its ass off to your horse.
Oh, I fucking end the spell. I'm like, first my fucking ale, then my dignity.
I'll pass on what I saw what you wrote and kind of be on your guard.
I fill in Orthanc on what my horse is.
Oh, for fuck's sake. I'm riding the horse just with my legs going.
However, you all manage to travel for the next couple of hours.
I fly at horse speed.
Fly horse speed. And, eventually you get to a point where the woods are now thick on either side of the road, and the road itself goes into some slightly harder terrain. You would then, from there, head south towards Red Run. Wait, where are you going?
We're going to the Giants and then Red Run, aren't we?
Oh, right, okay, I thought we were going to the village.
Oh, sorry,
checking out
straight
whether
there.
or not there's stuff left there.
Yeah, I thought that was what I thought we were doing as well. But
Yeah,
Okay.
and then going to...
I wasn't sure which
Giant
order.
village.
Are we taking the forest path, or are we taking the path
Well,
that goes
the-
to the
the-
Goliaths and then...
Yeah,
No,
the giant
we're going
village
through
is
the forest.
We're just going through the
I thought-
forest?
We're just going back to the village.
Yeah, so we're taking the road because we're on horses.
Yeah, but so
yeah.
the road goes past the Goliath village, though, doesn't
Yes.
it? Yeah.
Well, it goes, yeah. In between the mountains
There's
and the
nothing at the Goliath village, it burnt down.
Well, we don't
It is.
know that.
I do.
Yeah, but you know.
forest. Yeah.
I'm telling you.
Well, then, you did see the one survivor.
Yeah.
Is King
yeah.
still there?
Do
Sorry?
you want to fly? Do you want to fly?
Yeah, I can go, Jake.
So, the crockery bird, getting
Getting there.
closer.
Getting there.
I'll get there eventually.
Further off.
Flies off and heads back. Yes, King is making his way towards the Duskwoods, and he's now left the mountain range and is heading into the thick of the forests.
We
He's
always get
pretty
him
much
to meet us in Red
Red Run,
Is that possible?
Murder Town.
Murder Town, yeah.
Cool. So Wait, get him to meet you then? Or get the king to meet you?
Get King to meet us.
Okay, so...
I mean, both of us, since we're all headed to the same place.
So as you, Skidbrain, as you fly
Yeah.
down to where King is now actually burying one of the Goliaths, giants, digging a hole. Actually, no, with his hands because he has no shovel or anything.
Yeah.
He's putting to rest the leader of his clan, or certainly his father figure-esque type thing. The rest of the bodies he wasn't able to drag, and now the fact that he's dragged this guy this far, I mean, this is a giant corpse. Even as a Goliath, that's a lot of effort to take this guy to the woods to bury him, but that's what he does. And eventually, as he sets the earth once more, normality restored in the sense of life chasing death forever and ever, he kind of looks up. "Ah!"
Just me again.
Yeah. Well, it's good to see you.
Yeah, me and the Gorstag and his adventuring party, I'm sure.
The one
come
who
across
talks
them.
about Pelor.
Yes, yes.
Gorstag
That
and
one.
his adventure.
Hey, I didn't say.
He's the famous one around here. I'm not judging.
Hey, I mean, I like a religious nut as much as the next guy.
Mm. Yes.
You do notice that as King talks, he talks with a lot more cohesiveness and intelligence than a Goliath usually does. He was the smartest of his order.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Smart enough to live.
Yeah. Imagine you don't say that out loud.
No.
Well,
But I'm sure he doesn't introduce himself as, "Hi, I'm the smartest Goliath
No.
there is."
No, he does not.
Boastful as well.
Well founded.
We were headed to the farming village, Red One?
Murdertown.
Murdertown.
My
Red one.
Yeah.
self,
Yeah.
I don't travel very much. I don't know much of the rest of what is beyond our town. The only time I ever left was to defend Duskin. That was fun. That's what I need. More fun.
Well, I'm sure that our party would be willing to let you assist in some of the fun.
Sounds good.
We
I mean, I was
encounter down the road. We've still got a vampire or two in the woods to hunt. We're going to go and see this destroyed village.
Well, I certainly might have some information that could be useful. I myself was planning on heading south to the King of the Ring tournament. Win some gold. But I can always make a detour.
I'm sure they'd be happy to see you.
Very well. And he turns and starts walking south towards the road. After a couple of hours, all of you guys meet up, and Keen kind of sees Gorstag. My friend.
Well met.
Well met indeed. Got any more people for me to murder? That was really good last time.
I'm sure that can be arranged, but what happened to your village? We saw a dragon attack, and
Wouldn't have believed it if I didn't see it myself. Horrible creature. Got close. Before I had a chance to warn the rest, there was fire everywhere.
had you seen it before? Like,
I think I would have remembered that.
why would it attack your village in particular?
It seemed like a swift assassination of threat. But the creature, man, I'd never seen eyes quite like that. Piercing eyes. Ah, friends, hello.
Hello.
Hello. I remember some of you. I have not had the pleasure.
Kai.
Kai, you look a good bloke to be in a scrap with.
You're a big fucker, ain't you?
A little bit.
King of the Ring, you say?
We held the title. We used to run our own competitions.
Yeah.
But I'd like to have it contested in, an arena, an official event.
You're on one day. I spit in my hand. Orthanc.
And he returns the favour.
Was there anyone riding the dragon? The monk spoke of a dragon that passed by and was ridden by someone.
That's what I thought I saw. Cloaked figure. But dragons, proud creatures, very strange to have one that had a rider. But
We believe this is one of the Lords of Violence.
I'm not familiar with the term.
Pretty self-explanatory.
Sounds.
They're on our list, basically, so...
Well, then I would not put any stock or certainly place any gold on them winning the fights. Look, I lost my family, my home. I've got two things on my mind. Ale and revenge.
Man after my own heart.
I like this one. You, proud one,
I'll answer that, yes.
still a fighter, I see.
You're going to Dain to talk to him then.
Minus an experience.
Oh, come on! That was a good one!
I can't take them away. Sorry. You get 0.5 of an experience.
I'm taking that.
So I look down my nose, puff up, and
Yeah.
and speak.
Down your nose up at him.
Yeah. I mean, it's a Goliath and a dwarf.
Yeah.
What about yourself? Seen any fine battle recently?
Yes.
Good.
Much blood spilt, both my enemies and my own.
Well, that's how it should be. The old ways. Fist on fist. None of this kings talking to kings. Fist on fist. What
do you
was that?
Oh god.
Perception check.
Yeah, everyone perception.
Oh, I actually got better.
Not a natural 20.
Okay.
15.
17.
You guys kind of notice this low rumbling.
5. Is the ground vibrating? Or is it
Little bit,
just sounds?
No, the ground is shaking. Small bits of rock are kind of bouncing. As you'll stand there, this wave of dark energy rips through you all. And King actually almost loses his footing. What the mother... And in complete silence.
Mm-hmm. I look in the direction that it came from.
Yeah. Towards the east, southeast. Gorstag, it's the same pulse of energy you saw in your vision. And as Shiver kind of looks, he's looking towards where the Shadow Forest was, the one that you described in your vision, in the same place. King kind of just goes, no danger.
Not here, at least.
How far away is the Shadow Forest?
How far away is the shadow from?
Oh, that's
How far
tricky.
away is the shadow?
A couple of weeks, maybe a month or two.
It's a couple of weeks, maybe a month or two.
Depending on how you travel. If you're on,
Depending on how you
for-
travel. If you're on foot,
maybe a horse could get there
maybe a
slightly.
horse could get there.
If you could fly directly. If you could fly directly.
Sorry, the joke's done now.
For us,
So it's a fair way.
Well, if that's related to my vision, that's obviously a pretty powerful unleashing of energy if it's
Well,
several weeks
you-
travel away.
Yeah, just the distance in and of itself, but we don't really know when that happened, right? But we know that when did we release the vampires?
At this point, 5 days maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's going to be what? A maximum a couple of days away. You saw how fast that was going. It's a massive pulse.
Yeah, and the vampires themselves travel at unnatural, ungodly speeds. Yeah.
Also, I believe that was an expository vision from Pelor rather than a request.
Just filling in some background.
Yeah.
Thanks, Taylor.
As for the fate of you, new and old, what do you see next? What's the next step?
We're going to Murder Town.
We're going to look for
He's gone and happily named it Murder Town.
Yeah.
Aren't we in Murder Town?
No,
No, you're
we're
going
going
to
to
Murder
Yeah.
Murder. Duskin Murder Town giant.
Well, mind if I tag along?
Sure.
No,
Excellent.
from me.
And he kind of claps his hands together and it sounds like thunder. Very well. Lead the way. Does anyone actually know where they're going?
I assume we're just taking the road.
All right.
Yeah,
so
we
you,
should follow the road.
I mean, I can scout it.
so you guys head off once more.
Can you run at horse pace?
Probably, yeah. Yeah, he can probably catch up. He kind of jogs alongside. As the horses kind of go, you head to the part of the road where the forest gets closer on each side. Essentially, you've got the dusk woods, which are dark purplish kind of leaves, occasional pink ones, and some of the different types of bloom, and black winter woods, which is the classic green kind of thick trees. And they kind of now adorn either side of this road, which is still well travelled and fairly cleared out. It's just the forests are a bit closer than they were before. King is essentially breaking branches as he goes, just kind of pushing through things. Eventually you...
I try and get myself ahead of
Yeah,
him and Druid craft them out of the way.
Yeah, figured as much. The gnome takes hit point on this expedition. As you travel, you get to a noise somewhere towards the south. Bit of perception, please. As essentially you hear the sounds of rolling carts.
No, 20.
19. Wait, do we have like a 6 nat 20?
Yeah, that's 20, yeah.
7.
We've got like a
Eight.
third chance.
Critical 1.
Again!
Wow.
24.
Between 6 of us, there's a decent chance someone will get one.
Yeah, but like, we've had like 8 of them already.
Well, essentially, you guys hear the chattering, the conversations of a band of humans, what it sounds like. Immediately, you just hear, yeah, no, I know, it's going to be fantastic, I can't wait. Look, mate, I think we need to do some more trade. Shit, what was that? Shh, shh, shh. And falls hushed.
Let's go sneak them out.
Do they sound on the path?
Well, there's a couple of paths at this point. You're now leading to where in front of you goes to the east, and to the west there's the path that goes to where you're actually heading. They're coming from down that way. And there is a third path that goes towards the left, out towards the north of the outskirts of the Dusk Woods.
I have no clue where they came from, so.
Yeah, so where are we hearing the voices from? From behind us, where we've come from?
No, towards the south, where you're heading down the path that you were intending to go down.
Okay, I'll motion for silence and
Yeah.
indicate the direction.
Cool.
I want to sneak forward.
Roll some stealth.
Are we sneaking on
Are you
horses?
on horse? Or
No, I'll be going.
Okay.
So you're hopping off the horse.
So
I'm hopping off the
Your
horse.
long-time friend and companion.
as quietly as gnomishly possible, you kind of slink off.
Okay, oh fuck.
As quietly as you think is no
I get a 10.
Wow, with a 7 and a 5 and an 11.
I'd like to cock this up and go for shock and awe and just ride toward.
Or like
Okay.
that.
Okay?
Oh,
Alright. So, as
Right.
Shiver takes a few steps forward, you just hear, there! And then Dain and Orthanc just kind of stride forward, dwarven paladinish armor. Sorry. Dwarvish paladinish, some fucking thing. Anyway,
A dwarf in Paladin.
thank you. Steps forward. Orthanc kind of and to his feet, and King wants to join in as well. He kind of steps forward and just, and it sounds like, I don't know, 300 bones being stood on by a titan crack. And these guys just all almost shit themselves and drop their staffs and stuff. Well met! Well met!
So, hail, miscreants! What brings you to this part of the woods?
And you can see now that they're carrying with them a rather large cart with blankets over one of you. Yeah. Just travelling! Hey!
I'll slowly step down from my horse and
Hey.
pick up my maul.
Fine weapon! Dwarvish crafted! Great weapon.
No, I slew Nyath and looted this from his armory. I don't know if you knew him. He was
I had-
a big deal.
I heard rumours. It was Throman that killed Nyath, was it not?
No.
Isn't this not the splitting image of Throman?
No, I can kind of see it.
Froman's decree that killed him. I'm going to start walking around towards the cart while he's talking to him.
Okay.
I'm going to dismount and make my way towards the cart. Yeah.
Okay. Those who wish to, please roll intimidation.
Yep.
Why not?
We can really only get
Any
a couple
chance.
rolls. Because I'm talking, someone can assist me,
Yeah.
which gives me...
Modified 21 for intimidation.
Cool.
1.
15.
24.
17?
Well,
So with the exception of the bird, who just at this time just looks cute and unassuming and is just kind of...
A symbol of hope.
Yeah, symbol of hope,
We're
exactly.
just trying to and
You
then like flying
intimidating
into
symbol
a
of
tree.
So there's this like really smiley, happy bird, and then standing around it these creatures with just like grizzled like faces who just kind of lean forward, wet.
This is how I have to do all my intimidations now. Now they're like, they think that I'm cute and unassuming, and then I shoot them.
Yeah.
Look,
As
a
all-
beacon of hope and a symbol of and a sea of intimidation.
Yeah.
But essentially all of these guys
Like
just
good
kind of... Wow. A 4, a 3, a 5, and a 4. Look, we mean no trouble. We're just there for the festival.
why are you travelling this late at night?
Well, yes.
Oh, I'm peeking in the car.
Okay. I thought you were raising your hand.
Alright.
We travel day and night. Too dangerous to rest.
Fair enough.
Fair enough.
There has
I'm going to
been
insight check that.
Okay.
+2.
I mean, it is.
there have been
They're hiding something.
problems here with poachers and people stealing things from the forest.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now you heard about the various captured animals and things that were going on. In
Well, I mean,
winter.
it's my job to keep ahead of things, make sure we're not travelling anywhere we're not supposed to.
Right. It's not about traveling. It's about taking things.
Yeah, no, terrible stuff.
Yeah.
I heard
What's in
there
the
was
cart?
No, what's
Yeah,
just
what is in the cart?
Yeah.
Walk.
a whole bunch of crates and boxes. Just goods for the festival.
I'm gonna tap one on the side with my axe.
Okay. You
What
hear
does it have a crowbar?
metal on wood.
No animals inside that make a yell.
Doesn't seem like it.
Just pelts.
Look, if you're gonna rob us, leave us with something. We've travelled all this way.
Well, it depends on what you carry.
Also, no, we're not going to rob you, but we will search your goods, and then I'll do that.
Okay, they, with those intimidation rolls and their fearful rolls, essentially most of them look to the guy that you've been talking to for some kind of direction. He kind of just gives them a look of, do what these guys say, and maybe we'll keep our heads. As you start opening up these crates, you find fine bottles of ales and wines, a whole bunch of cloaks that look quite nicely created and crafted, a couple of weapons here and there, nothing too grandiose. Can I get some investigation though from both of you?
Yeah. I want to look for any hidden compartments.
Nice.
I sidle up and say, is any of this magic to you?
Someone please.
Yeah,
It's a 20.
Alright!
19.
It's a 2!
9.
19.
That's a modified with proficiency.
Just net 20.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Essentially, as you're searching, you hear Orthanc whisper, some of these guys carry secret compartments. And you're like, okay, sweet. You start essentially looking around for that. Now most of the stuff that's on the cart, on the back of the cart, is fairly unassuming. Bottles of wine, a few gifts, things for the festival, bits of flowers. As they're kind of exchanging looks to each other. You guys do notice that some of them have put hands on weapons. Nothing menacing, just hand on hilt kind of thing. As you're searching, you just find what looks like the bottom of the cart is planks of wood. And there's just this one that has cuts like this along the side, and you just kind of lift, and at this point you just see.
I want to
weapons coming out
conjure
a
some
little
animals
bit. Okay.
from the forest.
Okay.
Do I see these guys go for their weapons?
No, you're too busy. You're too busy looking.
Do any of us see them do it?
Yeah, some of you do. I'd say Cracker Toa and
We're getting there.
and Gorstag. You see that weapons are being drawn
Think
slowly,
carefully about what you're doing.
and they do. They consider it. They're looking around. They look at each other.
You're a bird, you're an octopus now. Sorry, squid.
Kind of volcanic being.
Where's conjure animals? I want to get a couple of brown bears.
Okay.
What the fuck? You can just do that?
Yeah.
That
Now
is
you
terrifying.
Yep.
You yourself. I think Shiver would probably be able to identify this.
Okay. Yep. Alright, we find this.
Yeah. In the hidden compartment.
Which one's they? No? Yes? They're one of them, isn't they? Aren't they? I don't have them written down. Why do I not have them written down?
Do I hold it? Or?
Yeah, you've got it. Yeah.
Okay, so there you go. So that's one. It's an amulet of the dark moons.
You've seen it before.
Like silver with a purple gem.
Do you remember? Is the question.
Would it be a bad idea if I immediately put it on my neck? That's my question.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It's the same one that we got from. I'm trying to remember her name.
Nightshade Shadow Side.
Nightshade Shadow Side.
Found its way into their possession, it seems.
Alright, okay. So
I'm just
I
holding
pulled this up and like, where the fuck did you get this?
And at this point, they all draw weapons.
Yeah.
5 of them. Look! Leave us on our way. We'll leave some of you with your heads. Tries to be intimidating.
This is not an item that should be taken to a festival. This can cause a lot of problems.
It's elven make. Old. Worth a lot. Wish to sell it. And it's ours.
Already causing problems for
Now,
you.
4 other guys join this guy either side. Weapons are all trained on you. Who's holding it?
Do my bears turn up?
So, tell me what the spell does.
So it is conjure.
Conjure is just like immediately summons them.
You summon face spirits to take the form of beasts and appear in unoccupied spaces that you can see within range.
Okay.
Up to 8 of challenge rating quarter, but you can get higher challenge ratings for fewer beasts. So I'm getting 2 of challenge rating 1, so that's
Okay.
2 brown bears.
Okay.
And they're considered fey and then disappear when they hit 0 hit points. And then they take their own actions.
All these weapons pointed at you. The guy on this guy's right says, "We had to go through a lot to get that. We can't let them take it." I know. Shush. Look, mate. If you want to keep... And 2 black bears start coming out of the forest either side.
By the time they turn back around, I want to have shapeshifted into another bear.
Look, you... And the hands start shaking on their weapons.
Start growling, and I start pacing towards them.
He kind of tries to keep a tough facade and takes a few steps backwards.
I'm gonna dance flame in my other hand.
A lot of work to get that, you say.
What kind of work?
Why do you ask?
No. I want to talk to him.
Well, little man was foolish, carrying all those goods around.
Little man, did he have a glowing blue horse?
Probably a simple enchantment.
Right. See, that nice friend gave me this. Do you know what this jar is? I can get a lot of ale out of this.
Oh, you get a lot for that. And then weapons are now trained on you. Look, mate.
I start growling.
Give us the jug. Give us back our necklace. And we'll go on our merry way. How about that?
How about you take my head off, then you can have this. Or I take your heads off, and I can have what you have.
Did you hurt the little man that you stole the things from?
Only a little.
You fucked with the wrong gnome, mate.
I'm guessing everyone roll initiative.
Yeah.
Tell him, Gorstag.
Woo! Okay, battle time. Give me 1 sec while I unleash the battle card.
Come on, above 4. 4 exactly.
Close enough. Alright.
So just to be clear, don't put this on.
Yeah, I wanted to...
I mean, you do your
role of...
Depends on the wrong position is.
Oh, okay.
We've had enough of it, and we're going to have a bit more anyway, so don't go anywhere.
Can I grab that marker? Thank you. So, welcome once again to our lovely battle camp that mostly Leonard, the wonderful creature, has paid for. That was through donations that we were taking a while ago. Thank you, Leonard. It makes the battle experience a lot more fun. Now, in terms of the miniatures, we have beautiful Orthanc there with his cask of ale. Gorstag himself. Dain, Paladin. We've got Gorstag. Should be Dwarven, but we're going to get a new one. It's alright. Half-Elf, yep. No. Why do I have no idea why I think you're a Dwarf. Spellcaster, that would be you.
Cleric.
That's probably why.
All it's just racist.
Paladin.
Yeah.
The 2 holy people.
Crack cocaine.
Oh god. You're off the rails again.
Kilimanjaro.
So, wait, no, 6. So, who am I missing? Shiver, that's right.
And the bears.
All I have to do is go through this
and the
episode
bears.
and then like super cut all the
You roll
crack
for initiative
controllers.
number.
Yeah. They're creatures that are under my control.
Alright.
That's a really awesome spell.
And it's pretty damn cool.
Do you have to concentrate on that one?
Yeah, I believe I do.
Okay.
So I can't really do anything else. Yeah. No, just wait till I get, was it Conjure Woodland Beings? Get like 4 pixies flying around casting confusion on everything.
Okay, so the guys themselves are going to be these green cubes here. And you guys have essentially... Where's the... Okay. You have essentially surrounded them at this point. So...
Oh, and I'm going to need 1 for Captain as well.
1 for Captain, yeah, that's correct. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
1 for Captain and 2 bears, right?
So do you like usually ride Captain?
Yeah.
Sometimes, yeah.
Small enough to be able to.
So
Fair enough.
Captain will be right next to you. The cart itself, where did I put that thing that was just in my hand? There it is. The cart itself, that was Orthanc, wasn't it? So that is there.
Like, because they're living in the cart, they wouldn't know which bear is you.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the cupcake.
It's the cupcake. Where's the gnome?
Give me 1 sec.
It's this one. Kunk.
Oh, I'm sorry, you got mauled alive. You got it
You're
wrong.
barking orders.
There's this one.
As a bear.
Claw to the face.
Ooh.
There's
What? Assumptively, you have speak animals. Speak to animals.
I do have
Speak as animals. Speak as animals to animals. What?
I can speak to small and squishy animals, and I'm assuming that that's going to work with this. But
As a bear,
Well, bears-
bears, right?
Bears
Yeah.
are totally small and squishy animals. Yeah.
Are they
Well, it's not the problem isn't
Okay.
talking to them. The problem is talking as a bear.
So,
with bear
Talking at them.
mouth.
I'm assuming I can
The problem isn't
tell them what to do as much
They're
as possible.
talking at them.
I'll speak in bear to them. In bear.
Okay.
It works, alright, damn it, shut up!
I'm sure when you like shapeshift, you learn how to speak the language. You just don't know any words.
Okay, now there's a lot of people in this initiative order. So,
Yeah.
20 to 25. 15 to 20.
15. 15 as well.
Who's got the high dex?
It'll be you.
I've got 2.
I've got mine as well.
So 15.
Okay, yeah, it'll be you.
Alright, Shiver with a 15. Alright, cool. And then Gorstag with a 15. Alright. We're getting there, we're getting there. Now,
I need to roll for my bears.
13. That was.
Yeah.
I heard a 13.
13?
Yeah.
Akaroa. Aarakocra.
No, see, you can't say it more than once. You have to say it once.
Yeah, it's Rocco's modern life.
Either commit or
The more
don't.
you, the more you screw up, the more I can supercut it into it.
10 to 15?
Oh, sorry, 11.
Cool. And then. there. Okay, 5 to 10.
Bear's got 6.
Okay. Which bear? I'm gonna,
Both of them.
I'm gonna- oh, both of them.
rolled,
Okay.
rolled together.
Cool. All right. So that's 20.
And
Lift bear.
oh, and Captain
On the
gets a
right one.
21. Unless you want to put him with me.
Yeah. No, he'll act on your turn.
Yeah.
Cool. So at that point, it's the rest of these guys who rolled really poorly. So how we got R and I.
I got a 2.
X. Okay. Cool.
I
Well,
got
you're going last.
5.
5. Okay. So hang on. X. 6. U is. Wait. What did you get, sorry?
5.
5.
I
Cool.
like to finish things.
Okay, 5. Orthanc, 5, and you got a 2, Dain?
Yep.
Cool. So, P, so hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7, F. And what was the last one? R. No, I. P. Alright, P. Alright. So, these guys. Weapons drawn. All trained on you. Go back this way. Turn. See bears appear. See you as a bear. All hell breaks loose. Shiver, you are first up. You're over here.
Right.
That's all of them. What do you do?
I had been walking towards them, pacing menacingly.
Mhm.
So I'm assuming I'm pretty close by now anyway.
You're pretty much within. Well, you are within melee range of 2 of them.
Alright, cool. So I'm gonna multi-attack whichever's the closest.
Okay.
Um,
That's a P. Alright.
alright.
Now these guys are wearing armors. It's not heavy plate, but you know it's not a low AC.
So multi-attack, bite is green. I get, oh crackle, I get an 8 and I get a 12.
Neither of those hit. As immediately the bear kind of just swipes and swipes. These guys have now clicked onto battle mode, and they go from being kind of confused a little bit, out of their depth, to just in their element. Anything else you'd like to do?
Yeah, Captain does just as well.
Okay.
Yeah, no, that's basically it. I'm going in and attacking, and I can't actually do anything else.
Okay. At this point, Gorstag, your heightened senses kind of lift a little bit, and even though it's late at night, you feel the light of Palor kind of like shine down, and you can kind of see a bit better than the rest of the guys. But that's not going to affect anything.
Cool.
Story.
So I want to move into melee range. I guess is just the closest one to me.
That would be X. So there.
Actually, maybe across a bit, so I'm in melee range like those
Yeah.
couple of them. I'm going to cast Spiritual Weapon.
Nice.
I'm just going to cast it kind of like in the middle of the lot, because they all look like they're kind of pretty bunched up.
Cool. Wait, hang on. Sorry. I need a colour that we've used. Spiritual weapon in the middle here, like there.
Yeah, just
That's one I have used now. Orange. There we go. Alright. About there. Okay. Ooh, it appears next to Fate. Shiver. Cool. I mean, sorry. I always think you guys feel it. Yes.
and so first off, I'll attack with that,
Okay.
and just
So you guys see Gorstag stride forward, and he just kind of waves his hand, and in the centre of these guys, all weapons out, this bright glowing. What kind of weapon is it?
It's a mace.
Mace. Bathed in the light of Palor appears.
22 to hit.
That does hit. Which one are you hitting?
So just which, I mean...
Okay, yes.
Yeah, whatever one.
Nope.
And that does how much?
Go with dice in between the
Sorry, I'll grab that in a sec.
Yeah.
Cool. And that is going to be 10 points of damage.
Okay. So essentially, this glowing weapon just appears, and before the guy can even put his eyes on it, it slams into his chest. Shit, that burns!
Cool. And so that's a bonus action. So as my main action, I'm just going to attack.
But isn't it an action to cast it?
No, it's a bonus action.
Ah, cool.
And as part of the one
You'll
bonus
get
action,
attack.
you get an attack as
Sure,
well.
alright.
That's pretty sweet.
Which is pretty good.
Yeah, it's very good.
And then, so for my actual action, I'm just going to do an attack with my Gauntlet of Fire.
Okay.
Whatever one I'm closest to.
Yep.
That is going to be a 18 to hit.
That hits. So immediately you kind of just step forward, this glowing mace appears and cracks one of them in the chest. And then the guy that's in front of you who watches this turns back terrified, and you just kind of, I'm just getting started, and hit him with a lot of fire.
And that's going to be 11 points of damage.
Casts across him, and the field of battle is illuminated slightly in fire, as it kind of just leaves this deep scar, but also cauterizes the wound quite nicely. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
No, that's me.
So at this point, R is going to move, and he's just seen that, so he's going to attack you. He himself is carrying 2 daggers, and he is multi-attacking. So that's not going to hit in 20, I assume hits.
20 hits.
Not a modified, but okay, cool. That is 9 points of piercing damage, as this guy kind of just swings both at the same time. He swings one high and one low. As you duck, he misses with the top one, but catches you with the other one. That is him. Cool. Then it's this guy. He's right next to you as well. He has got a longsword. He's not going to multi-attack. He's just going to attack once. That's a 20 to hit.
20 hit.
No, sorry, 19.
19, yeah,
Okay.
19.
Okay. What's that? That's it's only 5 points of damage. Just he's kind of working with his friend, going together, kind of thing. Crack my toes. You're up.
Sweet.
Got to go a new one. He's
Moving to about 20 feet away
Okay.
from one of the closest guys.
Okay, so 5, 10.
And
Yep.
up. No, like more up.
Oh, yeah,
rather than, yeah, give me a dice.
I'll get you a
underneath me.
dice. The bird just takes off.
Yep, there's no way I'm fighting on the ground for this one.
Fair enough.
And I'm going to use bonus action to imbue the weapon with me own blood.
Okay.
As I sort of like rip it hard and like
Should learn from this.
little added razor blades on the handle just sort of cut up my fingers and starts burning.
So, slash, blood, weapon.
29 HP. That'll be the only damage I take this combat.
Blood on demand, totally awesome.
Yeah. And let's do my 2 attacks, because I get 2 attacks now that I'm level 5.
Yeah.
Few and few. God, what was my hit? No, definitely not.
Okay.
And that would be 15, 21.
That hits, roll damage.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So, essentially, is this your crossbow?
Yeah.
Cool. Up into the air, bleeds on his weapon and starts sizzling and glowing slightly. Locks it, a bolt, and the guy just kind of, as it flies just overhead, as he turns like, haha, nice try, the other one hits him square in the chest. This is this guy, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
8 damage.
Okay.
One of that is fire.
Cool. And this burning bolt sinks into his shoulder. Oh, man! And starts burning. Is that all you're doing?
Yep, I've done my
Zeed,
done
you're
my
up.
bonus. Done my...
Over here.
I'm gonna cast Firebolt.
Okay.
Firebolt, yeah.
Yeah.
And I'll expend a sorcery point to cast Twin Spell.
Okay.
So it's at 2 of them. The one just past Shiver and to the left as well.
Sorry.
Oh no, sorry.
That's Shiver.
That's Shiver. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, the 2 closest then. Sorry.
These two?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So essentially, you see from the other side, Zeed just raised 2 hands in fire. They both start burning, and then boom, shoots off 2. Roll out.
Do you mind if I? Natural 1 and a 20 modified 21.
Okay, so the 1 streaks off over here. Into the deepness of the forest and just continues to sail that way.
Oh, sorry, it's
riding
a
up
6.
as it
Sorry, I keep forgetting to add my modifier.
goes. It still misses.
Yeah.
The other one hits though. I'll say that would be I. So roll some damage as it's actually quite beautifully goes right between Orthanc and Gorstag. It just kind of brushes past them and kind of like heats your side as it straight into the chest of this guy.
Spell sniper. That's
Okay.
my feet. Yeah.
Nice.
That's I don't know if that's a 1 or a 10.
It's a 1.
Okay.
So
0 to 10.
1 and 2.
So 3?
Yep.
Cool. Alright. And then you just hear the guy turn to his friends and say, "Magic users!" Is that what you're doing?
Yep. That's
Okay.
So if you're intimidating them with the fly, didn't give it away.
it.
The beers are up. What was the beers?
Oh, no.
Alright. So, which ones have been hit already?
Okay,
Hiding
so
the lighter in his hand.
Yeah.
you currently hit this one here, this one here,
Yeah.
and this one here.
Okay. So, I'm gonna get them to attack. Which one's me? Where am I going?
Go there.
Right, okay. So I'm going to get them to go and attack that one of those 3 that you pointed out, the one that is closest to me?
To you, so this one here.
No, to me.
You're
like
there.
physical me.
Oh, right. This one
So
here.
that one there.
Yep, they can get there. I don't think this guy can make it. What's his speed? Is it bear?
As a baron, like, 40 feet?
5, 10, 15. Oh, yeah. Right, so they both get within. So essentially, there's one guy.
And they both multi attack.
Nice. He's just kind of looking around, like ready to take this on. And as he realizes that both the bears are closing in on him, he just kind of shakes.
7, so we get a 12 and a 21.
Okay.
And the other one does, 2 17s.
Okay, so 3 of those hit.
3 of those hit.
Yeah.
Okay, so the claws on the first one, that is 2d6 plus 4 is 15 points of damage.
Okay.
And the other one is 2d6 plus 4 plus 1d8 plus 4.
I'll just wait till all the damage is ready.
Is 10, 14 plus 8 is 22 points of damage.
How much all up?
So that's 22 and 15, which is 37.
Cool. So essentially this guy is just like, yes, battle, it's been a while, this should be fun. This should be really fun. Okay, a beer. Yeah, I can fuck up, killed a beer. Shit. And just, they all attack at once. He does not die, but blood pours from his chest right down his leg. He's now just kind of flurried in between the two. It's his turn. Alright. He literally comes right after them. Alright. So. Yeah. He pulls out of his cloak a small black orb. And he's gonna sacrifice himself basically and I need the bears to both make a dex save, please.
Alright. They get a 6 and a 19.
Okay, the 19 saves, the other one does not.
Alright. Start keeping track of these now.
Yeah, I need you to do that because I've got like tons of guys in this combat to keep track of. Oh wait, that's the wrong one. I need a D8. Oh no, wait, there's one. I got. So essentially this guy pulls out a thing from his cloak, and smashes it on the ground, and there's an eruption of fire. He intended to dodge out of the way, but failed. So he's going to take the full damage. So one of the bears made the save, one of them did not? Yes. Okay, so we'll say Q made the save and T did not. That's okay, that's not so bad.
T did not.
So that's
T and this one's Q.
That's 8 points of fire damage, as and he takes the full amount of that. So it just kind of erupts in a small square, a small circle.
The one that did not save, did he get half damage?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. It just kind of it's not a powerful attack. It's not like a fireball spell. It's just a small defensive thing that he had, and it just deals a little bit of fire damage, and it actually hurts him pretty much as it hurts the bears. Okay, now this guy's turn. He will run at Dain because he is the closest, and with a long sword, he's just going to attack once. Nope, not going to do it with an 8. After that, it is this guy. Who's D? There's no D. Oh, it's a P. This guy, Shiver. He's closest to you.
Mm-hmm.
He will multi-attack. 2 daggers, same amount, so definite hit and a definite miss. Cool. 5, 6, 8 points of piercing damage as he swings at you and hits you once, and swings at you and misses. Then Orthanc, you are up.
Okay, has King been yet?
No shit, I don't have King in the initiative order. Shit, I don't have a good figure for him either. Wait, no, I have one. I will add him while you.
Okay.
Use a mug.
Yeah.
Well, if he hasn't gone, what I was going to do is throw one of the dudes in front of me on the ground.
Okay.
And then say, heads up, big boy, your turn.
Cool. All right. So you move forward.
Yep.
To grab this guy.
Yep.
Roll some strength.
Grapple. I mean, athletics.
Yeah. And he's got 11 plus his strength, which I believe is 3, so 14.
I rolled a 1, but wait, what was the total?
My total? 14.
Okay, yeah, you pick me.
Okay, cool. Essentially, you go to grab him, and while he does not have the strength upper hand, he's got the speed upper hand. He's going to grab me, just kind of pushes your hands out of the way. Anything else you'd like to do?
Yeah, I'll inspire King. I'll say, your turn, big boy.
Sweet, I'm going to add him to the initiative. Alright, he's not going to go up until here, but he's here. Alright. I completely forgot that he was even in the combat. Alright, so at this point, what was it? It was K, which is no, wait, it's no fucking K. F. I can't read my own writing. Alright, this guy here, he's going to throw 2 daggers at you, Krakatoa.
Oh boy.
Because he can't hit anyone else really. So 2 sail at you. That's okay.
15.
Okay, 1 hits, 1 misses. So he loses one of his weapons. Where do I keep putting my fucking big weight space? Alright. Okay.
And the other one is lost within me.
That's 10 points, yeah, exactly. So he just throws them both, hoping that one of them will hit, and just kind of in fear almost, just expends 2 weapons that he has. And they just sail past. One of them claps into your wings. 10 points of piercing damage, that's all he's going to do.
Nice.
Then P, this guy here. Yep.
I didn't take this.
Wait, hang on. That's not right. That's an R. Okay, that makes more sense. No, that's an R. Hang on. U. No, that's you. Hang on. Sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. L. I have no L. Alright, that's L. Right. So this guy in the middle, he's going to go after the bear because that's all he can really hit. So against the bear, he rolls a 3. Back to top of the initiative. Shiver.
Alright. So Shiver's gonna multi-attack that guy. Any sort of there's way too many. There'll be opportunity attacks galore if I move, right?
No, you're here, so only this guy would.
Only that one.
That's that is Cap'n.
Yeah.
That is Gorstag's spiritual weapon.
Ah, right, cool. Okay, so it's just that one.
Yeah.
And that one that one is the one that I attacked before and missed, right?
This guy here.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
He's
is
taken
it
no
possible to move towards the same one that my bears are attacking?
This one? Yep. He will get an attack of opportunity.
Screw it. Yep.
Okay. If I do remember correctly, was he multi-attacking or did he have a longsword? The guy that attacked you. That guy.
He was multi-attacking.
Okay. No, both missed. 7 and a 3. Alright.
Right.
So I think with your gnomish speed and size, you just kind of slink away and you kind of at you, but yeah,
Gnomish
misses. Alright, so
size as a bear.
what's your... Oh, you're a bear, that's right. What's your speed as a bear?
40.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25,
I can imagine
35, 40, you just get
just like hunched up.
So now there's 3 bears flanking this guy. Alright.
Yeah.
Roll to hit.
Alright, so multi-attack. Green is bite, so that is 21 and more.
Roll damage.
Okay.
As you kind of just come up in between the other 2 bears who are watching. One of them injured quite badly.
Ooh. Okay, so that's 18 points of damage.
And they kind of they're both about to take this guy, but as they see you approach, they kind of step aside. And in bear form, you just walk right up to this guy. He's now flanked by 3 bears. His weapon just shaking in his hand. And as he looks down at you, the last thing he sees is your paw. Because that first attack was probably enough to do it. Across the side of his face. This almighty crack as you just hear like bones splintering, teeth flying as he just in slow motion and just dies. Falls to the ground. Hits the ground. And his friends kind of all at this point see this and just look at you. Kill them. Is there
and then
anything
a
else?
mighty roar.
Through the forest.
Like directed at them, not just a yeah I've done something, but a like, get the fuck down kind of roar.
This whole like area here, you hear birds leaving trees and creatures running from the sound. Anything else you'd like to do?
No, that's
Just
it.
summon the vampires, man. Jeez.
Making a lot of sound. All right, Keen is coming into the initiative order. He can get to... Oh, he wants to get right in the middle, I imagine. So 5, 10, 15, 20. He's going to difficult terrain his way right into the middle. And then he's going to use his grapple or... There's so many options for this guy.
Yeah, he's got inspiration.
He's just going to try and grapple. He's going to try and grapple L. So we're just going to... Here's the white dice. Yeah, with a 12 against a 2. Essentially, he just runs in. This guy here, he just grabs and pins his arm behind. He says, "Open season, boys!" That's what he will do. Gorstag, you're up.
Cool. So first, first off, I'll use my spiritual weapon to attack the same dude I attacked last time.
Cool, it comes swinging down.
It's going to be a 18.
18, nice.
11 points of damage.
Oh, right. I thought that was... Yeah, okay. Wait, hang on. Yeah, cool. I thought that first roll was the damage. I forgot that you had to hit with it. Oh, that burns! You fucker.
And... Just because I really want to use a spell, I'm going to cast Spirit Guardians.
Okay.
So basically, it's a 15-foot radius extending from myself.
Okay.
I designate any number of creatures that I want to be unaffected by it, so basically everyone who's not one of the bandits.
Yep.
Any affected creature speed is halved in the area, and when the creature enters their area for the first time on a turn or starts its turn there, it must make a wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, it takes 3d8.
Awesome, fuck yeah. So, 15-foot radius from you.
Yep.
So 5, 10, 15, is that how radius works?
3 squares out around him.
Yeah. So, I'm going to mark off this area as best. Oh, you fall out of the sky and die. I'm just going to mark this
It's only 20 feet, I'll take what, 2d6?
Yeah. As best I can. That's the area there. Okay, cool. So, all their speed is halved, and at the end of their turn, they make a wisdom save.
Start
of their turn.
If they start a turn then.
Sweet, alright. Well, start of his turn. Takes their damage.
I'd like to push in with the turn order.
Where the hell are you?
You're
Right on there.
right at the bottom.
Oh, you're right at the bottom, yeah, sorry. I wrote... that's what the D was, right.
Don't forget the D.
Alright, well, yeah, you jump in, you go.
Yep. I'll swing at the guy who was swinging at me.
Yeah.
Just gonna let that slide.
Yep.
And I will miss my first swing.
Yep.
And let's see about my second. I believe a 15.
15 just hits. As you swing the first one, woof, you miss. And he gets cocky as he thinks that's your attack, and he goes, "Ha! Can't even hit it." As the second one cracks into him.
Can sometimes hit. So that's 5 and real on my great weapon. And that's 9. And then I'll smite.
Nice. You can't hit her. And as the second swing comes, the mace bursts. So the maul bursts into this radiant energy and
30 damage.
holy crap. He actually leaves the ground and falls down to his knees. Completely winded. He tries to stand, you can tell most of his ribs are broken. Okay. Now, guy, start of his turn, so how much?
It's a wisdom save.
Wisdom save.
If you fail to attack half.
It's a 6.
No,
Okay.
so it's full damage. So that is going to be 10. It's 11 points of damage.
Whew. That is a badass spell. Alright, he sees you. He's there, and he's got the long sword. He's going to try and attack. Nope. Not with a 5, he's not. But he's going to get the hell out of there. Oh, no, he's not. Yeah, he will, actually. He's going to run. Orthanc and Gorstag, attacks of opportunity.
Excellent.
That is going to be a 14 from me.
Miss.
11.
Miss. He manages to get out of there quite quickly and makes his way over there. Okay, now he's going to make his wisdom save. It's a 3, so full damage.
That is 14 points of damage.
Okay, so that is... My maths are good. Cool. This kind of light just starts piercing through his skin. Ah! Far out! He's not going to run away, he's just going to attack. He is multi-attacking, because he's got daggers. Gorstag. Nat 20 and a miss.
Oh, Nat 20 is obviously going to do it.
Yes, yes it is. That is... Nah, 7 points of damage.
Okay.
He rolls a 2. 7 points of damage. Alright, that's him. Cracking...
Cool. Cracking the whip.
What's cracking? What's cracker-lacking? Cracker...
Cool. So that guy's trying to run.
This guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna fly up to him.
Okay.
Probably like overtake him, because if that's 50 feet.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Yeah.
And shoot down at him.
Cool.
Pew pew. 16
Hits.
and over 20.
Sweet, both hit. So this time, your
I've still got
crossbow,
one more attack, but we'll deal with these first.
your crossbow is still charged with the power of your blood. You just fire one and then load again, fire two, as he's running.
3. So 6 damage.
Okay.
And second attack, 7 damage.
And he's kind of, he thinks he's gotten out of this. He's like, oh, that was close. And then this dark figure just, and he just stops in his tracks. He just looks at you. Shit. Injured, but not dead.
Last attack. Less than 16. That would be a 13.
Misses.
Yep.
Alright. Is that what you're doing?
Yeah.
Zai.
How many bandits remain?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay, can I shift over next to the bears?
Yes. What's your speed, sir?
30 feet.
Yeah. You can get
Yeah.
there.
Kind of in between the bears, facing towards the bandits.
Yep.
And I'll use Burning Hands.
Cool.
And, yeah, so 15 feet in front of me. And
Yeah.
I'll also expend a sorcery point to give Captain a saving throw automatically. Yeah. But it's 3d6 and you have to make a dex save for each of them.
Okay.
Against
So-
14.
Okay, against 14. Who are you? So you're just going to fire these three here, or?
4.
So
So
there's-
if it's
it
it's
a cone?
15 feet.
Is
yeah.
it a
a
cone?
cone and
A cone,
15
right.
feet, yeah.
Yeah, you can hit all
Yep,
four of them.
yep.
Right.
And yeah, and then that's 3d6.
Okay, so I will make the dex saves. So it's +2. So
Yeah.
for this guy, 5 fails. 12. What was the DC?
14.
Fails. Succeeds. And succeeds.
Okay.
So these two take 4 damage. These two take half.
Yeah.
Roll some damage. Keen is going to take some damage as well, I think, because he's in that cone, and so
yeah,
is,
no, he automatically saves.
sweet.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's 7.
7 points of damage. Is that max damage of 7, and then half for the ones that made the save?
Yes.
Okay. So these two take 7. So he takes 7. He takes 7. He was on full. So, yeah. And then these two take 4 because we round up. So he takes 4 and he takes 4. He hadn't been taking any damage either. So, alright, sweet. This cone of fire erupts. Keen, still holding this guy, just kind of laughs. Nice one! As they kind of and stand back up, clothes singed. The bears are up. That's all you're doing.
Yeah, that's me.
Bears are up.
Alright. So, they're one. We're just gonna move along that line of minions, I suppose they will be. Whatever they are. Which is the next closest?
So you can get to there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and the other bear goes along, takes the same one.
Okay, so you're both attacking this guy.
Yeah.
Okay, roll down. Roll that.
Okay. So, first bear gets
Now this guy,
nothing and a 16.
16 hits.
16 on the claws. Okay, so that is 2d6.
You see the look on this guy's face change from I've got 2 of my friends nearby to the same bears who just killed my friend are now attacking me, and it just drains, his colour drains his face.
13 damage.
13.
One there. And the other one gets, not very much, and slightly more at a 15.
Just hits with a 15 roll damage.
Okay, and that is 9.
These heavy bear claws start digging into the guy, not nearly as nice as they sound in bakeries. Bear claw, bear claw. Did no one get that? I thought that was good. He kind of falls to the ground. And there's just a pool of blood beneath him. This dark red just seeping out. And he kind of... He's pissed. And now it is... Oh, that guy's dead. This guy next to Dain. Alright. He was a multi-attacker, right?
Is he within 15 feet of me?
Yes.
Wisdom save then, please.
That is correct. I forgot about that. Nope, 3. That'll be full damage.
That one's only 6.
6. Okay, he's looking pretty ragged at this point, but he's going to multi-attack you, Dain. Dagger. Fighting. 14.
I believe that misses.
Okay, both misses. The other one's a natural 1. Swing. And this time you just kind of bat both these attacks away with your sword. And as he comes at you like this, you just deny both attacks with a single swing. Boom, and hit both his arms downwards. Yeah, and then he's going to try and run, so attack of opportunity.
Ooh.
Do I?
No. You're 5 feet away. 10 feet away.
I believe that is a miss. I got a 13.
Yeah, that misses. Alright. Next is D. He's the other guy. No, this is the problem that I had. It's a P, not a D. Right. So, what's he going to do? He could run away from that. Yeah, Orthanc, he's coming after you. Okay.
Wisdom save, please.
Oh, yes. Fails.
That is a 15.
15, alright.
That's a good spell.
That's a really good
Yeah.
spell.
It's a cantrip?
No.
Yes.
Yeah,
I can actually cast it every single fight. I just got it when I leveled up. It's a 3rd level spell.
How long does it last?
10 minutes.
Cool.
Which is pretty ridiculous.
Then Orthanc multi-attack.
Okay, 14 AC.
Dagger. Miss and miss. Alright, that's him. That is now Orthanc, you're up.
Cool.
This guy's just run at you, swung twice, and you're just like, don't toy with me. Like, don't fucking try.
Seeing the group that was burned,
Yeah.
I can't really see them well from here, but are they in a clump that's like a 10-foot radius? Because I have a spell that's a 10-foot radius.
No, they're in a line, so they're in 15 feet of space. Or what?
Okay, but if it's a 10-foot radius, that's
Oh, yeah,
4
then
foot
if-
diameter?
So if you went,
So 4 squares around?
you know, the problem is like, there. If you got there, yeah, but you would get 2 attacks of opportunity on you.
Oh, it's a spell I've...
Ah, right. Okay, we could originate from there.
Yep.
You would hit King. I don't know if you can. You would hit King and the spiritual weapon and Captain.
I'm going to do it.
Cool.
So it's a con save for everyone in that area.
Ah, okay.
It's not a high DC. It
Okay.
is
Alright, so-
13. I'm casting Shatter
Okay. All right.
out of
so,
the alchemy jug.
succeeds. What was the DC?
13.
Succeeds.
Ooh.
Succeeds.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They'll succeed.
Oh, were you rolling for it?
No, I rolled for my guys.
Alright, I got an 18 on the dice.
Saves.
Wow. Okay, so
Fair,
they take
I'm
half
lucky.
damage,
Oh, right.
Oh, right, okay.
So, okay.
which is
Counts hit
9,
points, Mike.
13, so 6 damage each.
Okay. Yep.
Sorry.
Yep.
Clicky. Yes. As soon as we're
Yep. Captain, how's Captain looking after that?
Oh, he's pretty good at the moment.
Sweet. This guy here, he just turns at the sound of your magic, and he just kind of raise a hand and boom, send the shockwave. It hits him, lifts him off the ground, and piece by piece just pulls him apart dead.
Nice.
Nicely done.
I want to... The guy who's running away as well.
That's 2 of them.
Okay, the one that's closest towards me on the table.
Mhm.
This way.
Oh yeah.
I want to move towards him as well. I'll take the attack of opportunity.
Okay, and he was using multi-attack, so dagger, hit and miss. Ooh, 9 points slashing damage. And you're moving towards this guy.
Yeah.
Right, so yeah, you can get right next to him.
No, sorry. The
Oh yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
And yeah, you can get right next to him.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Where were you? If he's still alive, he is still alive. All right. He's going after the bear.
Wisdom save, please.
If he survives, that's a 12.
No, that's
All right.
so
That's a brutal spell.
That's just gross.
It is 20 points of damage.
What is it? 3d8.
3d8, yeah.
The slide catches him. Who did that? Which one of you did that? He's not dead. He's not dead, and he's now attacking the bear. This one here. That would be a hit and a miss. That would be 10 points of slashing damage to the
To Q or T?
T.
To T.
Yes. That's him. Dain, you're up.
Alright, so is the guy next to me still
This
fighting?
guy, he's looking pretty good.
Alright, that's not good. So I will swing again. And miss. and also miss.
Okay.
And then look a bit, huff.
And just hope that no one saw that.
Yeah. I'll pretend I was just, gearing up for really big swings.
It's like doing this thing over here and then you attack.
Exactly. It's the haymaker of more swings.
Shiver, you're up.
Alright. So me and Captain are going. How do you have them left? 2?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, let's just carry on working our way through the wall.
Okay, so
where's the next one? So I want myself and Captain and the bears all able to attack the same one if possible.
Okay, give me a
So
sec.
the bears obviously have to
Bear
wait to
can go-
move,
Yeah.
but Captain can move.
Okay, so 5, 10, 15, no wait, 5, 10, 15, 25, 30.
Is that going to take opportunity attacks?
He moves past that guy.
Wait, wasn't Captain the white?
No, that's King.
Oh.
Captain is the
yeah.
wolf. Yeah, the wolf moves here. Wait, hang on. 5.
Where am I?
You're there.
On that one. Right, yeah, okay.
I can't remember when a creature moves past someone, do they get an attack of opportunity?
It's when you go outside of their range.
Yeah, is it only when you move outside? It's not when you start over here. You go past them.
If you go past, you do as well.
You do, yeah, I thought so.
Yeah, because you go outside of their range.
Yeah. So what's Captain's speed?
50.
Okay, so 5, 10, 5, 10. He can go right round and then get to where he needs to be to attack without invoking attacks of opportunity.
Alright, cool. So, Captain is then going to bite attack with a 7.
Misses.
And I will multi-attack.
There's 2 of them, so you need to designate which one. This guy's being held by King. His arm's behind him, so you'll get
fuck him, hell, go with that
attack of opportunity. Advantage on the attacks because he's grappled.
Alright, so one was a 7 and the other one is a 15.
Okay. 15 just hits, roll damage.
Okay, so that's 2d6 plus 3 is 10 damage.
Okay.
And then I will attack that same one.
Okay.
With a multi-attack.
Yep.
Okay. Bite, it... Fuck's sake.
Okay.
And then the claws... Oh, fuck's sake.
No.
You
Okay.
pull those Twinkies up, eh?
Yeah. We're going now.
So this guy is now surrounded by a whole
what was
bunch.
a 7?
This guy is still surrounded by a whole bunch of enemies. He's terrified. He's looking for a way out, but there doesn't seem to be one. It's poof, poof, swings and blows. Some of them hit, some of them don't. King is now up. He's going to try and just break this guy's arm.
He can add inspiration.
He doesn't need it. He rolled a 19. He lifts him off the ground and then just kind of throws him up a little bit, catches him, and just pushes up as his own weight snaps both his arms. I'll give him 4 points of owie. Cool. And he's now, pretty busted up. So King drops him. He's now prone. And then King, where's the fucking note? He's prone. Well, I need that other one. He's prone. Hang on. I've got a thing for this.
King and you really are on the same wavelength in every respect.
I know, except he's actually doing things and I'm rolling ones.
Yeah. That's him. Gorstag, you're up.
Cool. So first off, I will attack with my spiritual weapon.
Cool. Which one?
Which one's looking most jacked up?
That's a good question. This guy is.
Cool. I'll attack the one that's looking.
Roll to hit.
That one. That's probably not going to do it. That's only a 14.
No, it just misses.
Okay. And then for my main action, I'm actually just going to heal myself with Cure Wounds because I'm pretty fucked up.
Okay.
I'm going to cast as a 2nd level spell. So it's 11 points of healing.
Okay, Gorstag essentially swings, misses, and Razor goes, I bet if I'm at my full health, when the light of Palos surges through him, sealing up some wounds. Now, Krakatoa, we've got...
Yes.
Well, so sorry, it's not your turn yet, but he's here. How high up in the air are you? He can't get
about 20.
Alright, so he can't do that. So he's going to come up here to Orthanc instead. And this guy's just got a long sword.
14 AC.
That will hit with a 12 plus his modifier, which is 5. That is 6 points of piercing damage as he just runs up and swings. At this point, that guy's dead. Akaroa, you're up.
Cool. Did you actually? No, you didn't say it right. We're back to Akaroa.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm going to get down till I've got a 10-foot radius spell that I want to give a shot.
Okay.
So that I can get both the green dice in there without getting...
So you just want to land, basically?
Sort of.
Yeah.
If I'm 10 feet up, that'll be 10 feet straight. No. Diagonals count as just one
Every
square,
second
right?
diagonal?
We are doing
twice.
3.5 diagonals, alright. Shove me pretty much right on top of them and I'll just do it.
Are you still up in the air? Or are you
yeah, I'll be 10 feet
10
up.
feet in the air. Alright, sweet. Yep, you get in between those guys.
Yeah, and I'm going to use my Arms of Hadar and just sort of send out necrotic tentacles.
Cool. So this bird just like swoops down and you just see this like glow of purple energy. As this necrotic power just reaches out and these tendrils just start coming up from the earth. Do I make saves?
Yeah, strength save.
Okay, so we got this guy.
Does it make my spidey sense tingle?
15.
Yeah, it's 13.
15 and 15.
Alright. So you both deftly avoid it and get half damage.
Alright.
That would be...
Round up if you need to.
What?
If
9, yeah. So what, that would be 5? 5.
5, right. Okay. This guy's looking kind of ragged after that. These things just kind of reach up and just... Shoo. They actually don't hit their physical form. They travel right through them. And whilst the internal, they just kind of turn some of the internal organs to dead flesh. Just, oh, that felt weird. Oh. Anything else you'd like to do?
No.
Zai, you're up. This guy is now prone on the ground after King has broken both his arms.
I'm going to move back 10 feet.
Sure. He'll get an attack of opportunity, but he's prone, so you'll have disadvantage on it.
Well, instead, then I'll cast Scorching Ray.
Okay.
Yeah.
If that's a ranged attack, you have disadvantage because he's prone?
Unless you're within 5 feet.
Which you are. So forget that. Go.
Yeah, okay. That's...
You actually have
I'm gonna cast one ray on the first bent in front of me.
Yeah.
Second on the second one behind.
Sure.
That one.
Yeah.
And I get a third. Can I snipe through the bear?
Yeah, you could go over the bear. And
okay.
Yeah. So essentially, Zai just kind of sends off 3 bolts of energy.
I'll roll in that order if that's okay.
Sweet, yeah.
Just gonna steal all the dice.
Mhm.
D20. So.
Use the bear as prison.
Yeah. I mean, it is a fey bear.
10, 13, and a nat 20.
First 2 miss, but you do hit this guy with double damage. Alright. Roll the dice, double it,
the guy
and then
behind the
modify.
bear that you can...
Yeah.
You're focusing the energy through the beer work, obviously.
Just sort of like splits around the bear and then like forms on the other side and continues through.
10.
They did a double and everything?
Yeah, that's
10, right.
I'm not doing great. So.
Yeah, I heard him though,
You're doing fine.
The bears are up.
Alright, okay, cool.
What do you
So-
damage?
Yeah, that's me.
Both of them then going to attack the guy who's grappled.
He's prone, so advantage on both of those.
Prone on
So
okay.
now you're rolling a ridiculous amount of dice, but go for it.
Yep. So number 1. So this is Q. More advantage on.
Yeah, multi attack. So
Okay, so that is a 19.
hits.
And
Nat 20.
Right.
And a nat 1.
yeah.
So
And another one.
you got your bases covered there. Yeah.
Alright. That's Q. Both hit one of. I'm not going to be able to remember all of this. Alright, so that is.
Just do the damage.
28 is 8, and 8 is 16, and then roll the dice is 8 doubled is 16, and 16 is 32 points of damage.
Okay.
And then the other one is Crapple, and 21.
That hits as well. Roll damage.
So that is 7.
Okay. Flushed by the thrill of this moment. The bears both advance on this guy. After he's been thrown in the air by King, grabbed, and just both arms broken, he just drops to the ground, poof, face down. His arms both twisted up behind him in horrible angles, jutting off strange ways. He just, he stands, he's like, no, as he looks, just this claw square in the stomach, digs right through, pulls out a whole bunch of guts. Oh no, I need those! And then another one in the spine. You actually see through the hole the spine crack as his body just like backwards like that. Shit. Oh, dead.
Yeah, we're the good guys. That's what they get for having goods in the forest.
This defenseless man is mauled on the ground. I'd like to say, what if they are just merchants?
Hey, they fucked up Globin, man.
That guy's gone. Alright. And that would be this guy's turn. Okay. Orthanc, he's after you.
14 AC.
Multi-attack. Miss and hit.
Okay.
7 points of piercing. That's him. Alright. This guy. Dain, multi-attack.
He needs a wisdom save as well.
Oh yeah, wisdom save. Makes the wisdom save with a 19.
Cool. So he takes half damage, so that's 8 points of damage.
Right, let's get him through him. Alright, multi-attack. Miss and miss. Alright, nice. That would be... Where the fuck was it? Orthanc.
Cool. Of the two guys beside me, is one really more wounded than the other?
This guy's more wounded than that guy, you can
Okay.
see clearly. Yeah.
And they're both wearing a similar amount of armor?
Correct.
Okay. I'll take a regular swipe at the more injured one.
Sure, okay.
That's top. That's 22.
That hits, roll damage. So this guy here.
That's 9 slashing damage.
Cool.
And then as a bonus action, I will cast a second level healing word on Gorstag.
Okay. Roll some dice for that. Where's the music?
Phone's out of battery.
No, the app closed.
Oh. Must have crashed.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Sweet. Alright.
So that's 6 copper healing for you.
6 for him. Alright. Is that what you're doing?
Yep.
This guy here. Oh, you killed him. Alright. So this guy. Let me see. He's in between a spiritual weapon and a wolf. He's going to attack the wolf. Cap'n.
Is he
Alright.
within 15 feet?
He is, yes. Wisdom save.
Jesus.
Fails. Takes full damage.
That is 14.
Cool.
You tell me how much you do with that thing.
Yeah. Essentially,
Ends up, like, that's crazy.
Essentially, he looks at the wolf, he pulls out both weapons, he goes to attack, and just as he's swinging down, this bright light of pale just right through his chest, and he looks down, wait, what? And just starts splitting. And it cuts him clean in half, and he dies before he can do anything.
Payload approves of your violence.
Dain, you're up. You've just seen a guy get ripped in half by sunlight.
Beautiful. How does that smell?
Yeah, it's pretty good, it's pretty good.
Pretty good, alright. So,
victory.
Anyone left?
Yeah, there's 3 guys left.
I'll hammer whoever's close and sickly.
Okay, alright, that would be... within range of both these guys, that would be this guy here. This guy here.
Brilliant. So can I crumble up there and take a swing?
Oh, you're right next to him.
Cool. I will have a miss and a worse miss.
Wow. Again.
One of being a 1.
2 swings to... Oh, one of them being a 1. He's going to try and... yeah, he trips you as you do that. With a 1. He just kind of uses your own weight against you and sweeps you under the feet. You fall prone. He's not going to attack or anything like that. Shiver.
Alright.
You're now quite far away from all the bad guys.
Alright, Captain and I are going to go over to the next one.
Okay, what's your speed?
Mine is 40.
5, 10,
Captain's 50.
Yeah, you can both get there. Alright.
Alright?
Yep.
So, Captain is then going to attack.
Confirm.
Nat 20.
Roll damage.
Thank you.
Dear God.
So that is 8, 16 plus 3 is 19 points of damage.
Okay, nice.
And then I will multi-attack. Green is bite. Ooh, I get a 10 and I get an 11.
Both miss. Cap'n just digs into this guy and knocks him on the ground and bites really hard. And it takes a lot of damage off. Like, he got really injured there. He's not dead, though. Is that your turn?
That's my turn.
King is now going to walk over. He will just travel through that. It's difficult terrain. He will swing. He will miss, actually, unfortunately.
Inspiration, add a die 8.
Oh, okay. Yep. Yes, that would be a hit.
Yay.
And just crushes, breaks his head into a splat as he just steps down, crushes brain matter, splats out. He goes, "That's one!" Gorstag, you're up.
Cool. How far am I from the from those guys?
So you're here, and
Yep.
they are there and there.
Oh yeah, cool. I'll just walk up basically just to the closest one.
Cool.
Which one of the yellow die is my spiritual weapon?
This one over here.
Okay. It can only move 20 feet, so I assume that's too far.
10, 15, 20, yeah, you can
Yep.
get there.
Cool. And so I will just make a melee attack
Cool.
against that dude. That is, yeah, there's a 3, so that's not gonna do it.
Okay.
Yep, so that'll be me.
Cool. Well, he's now going to swing around at you. He's only got a long sword, but he hits with 15 plus 5.
Yep.
6 points of piercing.
Cool.
That's him. Crack on my toe.
Sweet.
Oh, I'm sorry, he
It's not
did
crack
to
off.
take damage from the thing as well.
Oh, he's
Oh, yeah.
outside. He's outside.
I just moved up right into the
Oh, right. It moves with you.
Yeah, he moves with me.
Right, shit. Okay, well, he makes an 18, so he at least takes half.
So that is going to be 5 points. 6 points of damage.
6, okay. Cool. The light once again like cascades through him. Ah! Who is doing that? Seriously. Okay, Akato.
Sweet. Back to crossbow.
Yeah.
Just gonna fly another like 10 feet up in the air again.
Okay. Yep.
And
Choose your target.
yeah, the one that I've already been like
That one.
That one, yeah.
Sweet.
Tried to
Roll
run.
to hit.
Nope. And nope. And 16.
Just hits. All right. Boom. Miss. Second ball. Miss. Fucking A. Just stand still, you little shit. Boom. Third one hits.
He seemed very successful at running. 11 damage. There we go.
All right.
Getting into it. Several bloody
It's like trying to wrestle it free. Zai. The Zeitgeist.
Can I move closer to the carts?
The cart's over here.
Yeah.
Yep, so you're within 15 feet.
Yeah. I'll move towards the end of the cart so I'm within casting range.
Okay.
Yeah. And I'll cast Fireball.
On the cart?
No, on the one of the bandits.
Right, okay.
I can
so-
manage.
Yeah. Well, what's the range? It's massive, right?
Yeah, I think it's 120.
Yeah, sweet.
Yeah.
What's the area effect of the spell?
Oh no, it's just Fireball.
Oh, Fireball.
Fireball.
Firebolt, that makes more sense.
Sorry,
Right.
my bad.
Yeah, roll the hit, roll it.
That's an 8.
Well, let me think.
Well, it's a 3
Plus, yeah, it's not hit.
Oh, 9, sorry, I forgot.
Oh, 9! No, that makes no difference. No, woof, this bright light of fire erupts from you and travels into the forest this way. From over here.
That's the surrounding fires.
Over here, you just hear. Anything else you've done?
That's me.
The bears are up.
Alright, bears are gonna walk along, go to the
5,
next
10,
one.
15, 25. Wait. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Yep. 5, 10, 15, 20. Yep, sweet. They can both do that.
Alright. So first one does multi-attack,
Go.
does bite, and that is, a 2 and a 4, and the next one does, a 19 on the claws,
Hits.
but a 13.
Messes.
on the
One of the
right
hits, roll damage.
side. Claws is 2d6 is 8 plus 4 is 12 damage.
Alright. As the bear rose up, poof, bats this guy to the ground. He's bleeding, he's bloody, he's looking real close to death. Is that you?
That's me.
Alright, this guy here, multi-attacks.
Wisdom save.
Yes, indeed. Fails with a nat 1.
That is 16 points damage.
And poof, scattered into scum like burst, death, just disintegrated, woof, a shadow cast, scorched into the ground. That's all he's doing. That guy's dead. Orthanc.
Cool. So the one that's in front of me currently being destroyed by
Yep.
sunlight are about to be.
This guy is just clinging to life.
Cool. I'm gonna suplex him.
Okay.
So it's athletics.
Sure.
Please not a fucking 1. It's a 10 plus 9. It's
Nice.
19.
Yeah, that gets
Plus
him.
nine,
That gets
that's
him. Yeah.
crazy.
Jesus.
That's awesome.
Roll some damage.
Okay.
D4.
well, okay. Plus. Yeah. 4.
You pick him up from the ground, lift him, and go, no, please, I'll give you anything you. And his back just snaps in half. He falls to the ground.
That's one for me.
Nice. That's it. You guys have killed them all. You're out of combat.
Alright, let's go through the stuff on that cart.
I've definitely lost the standing as the most amount of damage dealt through a spell.
Okay.
Well, we promised not to steal from these guys. We didn't promise not to loot their corpses.
It's not stealing if they don't claim ownership.
Can't have ownership if you're dead.
I mean,
This might be
speak to
good
dead is
stuff
the
that'd
thing.
be useful for the refugees.
Okay. So,
Trying to be altruistic,
yeah,
aren't
exactly.
we?
I'm trying to be humanitarian aspect to it, yeah.
Right, yeah. Did we find anything else on the cart that was surreptitiously surreptitious?
you found everything that was concealed.
Right.
Okay.
Something that you believed to belonged to the gnome friend that you had.
Mm.
You didn't ask too many questions. Essentially rocked up, intimidated them, and then murdered them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you now stand in the forest near a cart that is now empty.
I high
Well, not
five
empty,
Ken.
Yeah.
I'll use detect magic. Any surprises?
Yeah.
No,
that's a good sign.
No, they had one little compartment. They had
Even-
the
Even.
necklace.
That's not magical?
Oh, that is magical. Sorry, yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you were doing it on the cart. Yeah. So, essentially, King goes. So, who are they?
No clue.
Wait, you just.
No. What they had there is a really dark device. So
Did they create it?
Yeah, what is
no,
this?
but they shouldn't have been doing. I'd tell them what we.
Yeah.
The story of.
King listens, and
yeah.
then he just says, so they were in possession of something.
They said they killed someone who was a friend to us to get it.
And
Or they harmed him.
And you took that as face value. They weren't possibly trying to intimidate or...
Why would they?
They were outnumbered.
They were very specific. If they mentioned his glowing blue horse, I believe, which is not something I believe anyone would
No,
make
no,
up.
of course. So, potentially they met your friend, you know that much. And then you killed them.
They drew their weapons against
Yeah,
us.
well,
When
it's
you
self-defense.
Going through their stuff after you'd stopped them on a road.
We're knights. We have position. We can do that.
Look, I'm not passing judgment, I just think it's a bit odd.
Well, from the sounds of it, this is fairly dangerous.
A
Who knows what would have happened if it got in the wrong hands?
Do giants have a caste system?
Oh, what? Sorry.
Don't worry. I think you would understand. We're stronger, therefore we made the rules in the situation.
Look, like I say, I'm not judging. I just wanted to have all the information. There's a strange silence in the forest.
I'm gonna loot the bodies.
Roll investigation.
4.
No. You find maybe 5 gold between them. It looks like they were heading somewhere to start selling things, but they didn't have much money on them.
I'm going to go through the remaining crates.
Cool.
Well, I can't find any information to corroborate their story. I'll have to take it as face value.
Yeah, you find casks of wine, ales, flowers, and cloaks.
Cool. I'm going to take one of the cloaks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Thank you. Cool. The cloaks have been made for the festival. They are for people to wear, and they come with little masks.
Cool.
It's all part of the festivities.
I'm going to go.
Cool.
I'm
Yep.
going to grab one.
Yeah, you can take one. There's a bunch of them.
Just
Do we... Okay, so in that search, do we want any, like, other personal icons that would tell us...
No,
any other...
no. It looks like they were just traveling. Shiver, from one of your pockets, you hear.
Bring out my not brass statue at the moment.
Well, as you bring it out, it starts wrapping itself around you. And
Oh,
comes
you
up.
made a friend!
And
We're evil enough, hooray!
it simply just says, "You strike fast, without fear." Good.
Had it on the head.
It's now just like wound around you.
Yeah.
Not doing too much.
I feed it. Talk to it. Say hi. Find out its hobbies.
Lovely to meet you.
Scratch.
does it have a name?
Yeah. Do you have a name?
They call me Devoid.
Devoid. That sounds ominous.
Well, seeing as we just killed some innocent people, I'm gonna go and attune to this alchemy jug and get drunk. What are the rest of you gonna do?
Some of the bodies have been completely destroyed in the battle. Some of them are still on the ground.
What's the time now?
It's like nearing dawn.
Well,
Should we just carry on and get to Red Run?
what are we going to do
How
with
far
these
is it?
cloaks? Sorry.
Does Pebble cremate, or do we just bury them?
Some of them were cremated on the
Generally,
spot.
Generally they would, yeah, cremate.
What do we do with these carts? Do we just leave them in the forest?
Say
Hope-
that
Why
hope-
don't we take them with us to Red Run? That way, if we're here for a while, we've got supplies.
Yep.
If we're not, and I suspect we won't be for too long, then we can take them back with us to Duskin and sell everything.
I'm
Yeah.
not saying that
Yeah.
I'm not saying that we just murdered some people and might not be looked at as pleasantly by townsfolk, but do we want to perhaps get rid of some of the potentially incriminating aspects?
Well, no, the potentially incriminating aspects were the things that were stolen from the gnome.
Well, no, we can take just that, and that incriminates the people. If we take the innocent items, that makes us look bad. Just a thought.
Yeah. Well, if we take both, we are taking both. It,
Yeah. Well, I
Well,
mean,
they-
it'd be a shame to just leave it here in the middle of the road. No one's going to use them that way.
the festivities are going to need these supplies, and we're expecting them anyway.
Yeah. They could trade them off for a pittance of what they're worth.
Out of what was happening, they did demand that we give them that jug. So they were trying to rob us.
They were slightly demonic artifacts, I think.
And
I
they
think
were
we shouldn't
displaying-
feel too bad about.
Yeah, that's basically where I'm sitting with this as well. They're carrying this thing and they're carrying this.
My conscience is clean with my God, so you know.
That's how we see it. That might not be how others see it.
Well, let me ask you this, says King. What's the penalty for stealing?
Chop off a hand? What is it around here?
2 days in the cells?
It's not so bad.
Well, I see it. We were just, justice.
It's not stealing.
We want to fit
What
in
about-
this so.
What about murder? The penalty for murder.
Now that's met with less kindness from where I'm from.
We just don't have to tell them where we found it.
No, but we deliver justice if they murdered our friend, right?
Yeah.
Mm.
He said he only barely hurt him, so
Quick death.
yeah. Oh, true.
Maybe. Anyway, let's go to Murder Town.
Yeah.
They didn't give us any information on. Sorry for interrupting.
No, go ahead.
They didn't give us any information on where or when they found Globin.
No.
I'm keeping my weapon out, just
Okay.
in case.
Yeah.
Just to be safe, they're all dead, right? They're not. No one's unconscious or anything.
You should
No,
just
you
poke
can
it with
go
your
for it.
like, fiery
You
hand.
see that one? That one's ash. That one's jam. That one's been
Those
rolled by
fine.
bears and is in 4 bits. That one could be alive then. Go poke him, go.
Well, in that case, I'm going to cremate them.
Okay. Can I step forward and just one at a time, what remains? Burn to ash, burn to ash. You guys watch as he does this. The fire illuminates what's around you briefly, and they turn. Essentially, you finish the job, and you stand around 6 corpses of some guys. You'd met them in a forest. They said a couple of things. They were understandably a bit defensive as you started going through their things, not showing any kind of insignia or anything like that. When you'd taken something of theirs that they'd found, you attacked, and now they all remain dead, and that's where we're leaving tonight's game.
Look, in our defense,
That's now
we're
not
going
good.
to a place called Murder Town, where a lot of people were just murdered.
It's actually Red Rum,
Yeah, but
Okay,
which is actually the opposite of murder.
Okay.
Yeah? No,
But a
you
lot of people
No.
killed there, right?
I can tell you're bitter about it because you keep on saying murder. They didn't plan to murder them, it just happened.
It was
It's like
just-
second degree.
yeah.
Hey, behind
That's
the
not
DM
right.
screen, there's no judgment on my lovely players.
There's no killers. Judgment on my lovely killers players.
Exactly.
Only pale ones
Yeah.
By the way, you all look like evil alignment now.
Yeah, so essentially as you guys
Hey
stand
man, we're
around,
defending. We're neutral.
as you stand around
Neutral
now
Yeah.
mounds of ash and
Hell.
splatters of blood, the forest sounds around you turn to some kind of normalcy, and the night dips further closer to dawn. We will pick up right from here next week. Thank you guys very much for coming with us as we beam out of Wellington, New Zealand, on the D20 Multiverse, where nerds are power. And well, I need like a tagline or something. I don't know.
I'm gonna go and put that in Google. It's quite coffee, right?
Yeah, someone else will have it. Well, while Dave does that, we'd just like to thank Leonard and you guys for coming along with us tonight. That was always good to see you guys out there. And in 1 week's time, we will be back to continue this. Now, I'm going to make like a semi-announcement. Next week, we very well may, and so there's still a possibility at this point, have comedian and actor John Bennett on the show, coming to join you guys as a guest player for Black Winter Nights. It will be, unfortunately, Shiver's last session before he goes over to the United Kingdoms, but he's still going to be involved in the channel, hopefully, maybe running some games via the interwebs that we'll have on the D20 Multiverse. That's all kind of hush-hush, but, you know, have some
That's why we're announcing it.
Yeah, exactly.
Thanks,
Don't
Ollie.
tell anyone.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, no worries. Essentially, yeah, so we will see next week, very possibly, actor comedian John Bennett and Shiver's last game, unfortunately, as he travels somewhere else. But we've got new players as well, so that, you know, it's a thing of...
You're replaceable, that's basically
I was going more with the philosophical beginnings and ends, but yeah, okay, we'll just replace
it's like you're leaving, but we got new people, so it's
so
okay.
don't worry about it, yeah.
You
It's not what I
specifically
mean.
went and found and got involved in the game because we were already losing 2 characters.
Yeah.
3,
Anyway,
including Akai.
the party...
You really make him feel good right now, Ollie.
we love Tim. Round of applause to Tim.
Already passed
There we
it.
go.
You deserve it. It's not
Million
forced.
natural 20s every night.
Yeah.
You got to miss
It's
those.
now just condescending.
It
So
wasn't before.
thank you for joining us on a really lovely episode. I really loved the horse race. That was really fun. Party gets a little bit of downtime doing some stuff there, and yeah, make some questionable decisions in a forest. But we'll join back up next week with us in 3 days is the live stream of our other game, Eyes of Elisia. Remember, check out our YouTube. What are we playing at the moment? YouTube, Twitch.
I don't know, what do you want them to do?
Go check out the rest of our content on our YouTube page, Dead from the Multiverse. Me and Dave, who plays Stefan in Eyes of Elisia, who's also our tech guy and producer, we do a whole bunch of different shows, and editor. We do a whole bunch of...
We love Dave.
And social media guru.
We love Dave.
He's essentially...
Voice of reason?
Yeah, he's many things. He's many things.
I should have just gone on that one.
Yeah. We do a lot of other shows on the D20 Multiverse. We review Critical Role. We talk about all things D&D. There's podcasts stuff. Go check out the D20 Multiverse.
A comic book review comes out tonight.
Our comic book review of Vox Machina Origins Episode 2 comes out.
Issue.
Not episode. It's not a TV show. Issue 2 of
He
Vox
does that in the
Machina
episode
Origins.
like 5 times, and yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what's going on. I've had too much cocaine. Oh, I was going to say cocaine. Pepsi. No cocaine.
I don't know.
Damn, this Pepsi's good.
It's really good Pepsi.
A little bit white powdery.
Anyway, on that note, thanks for joining us tonight. We're back next week. Thanks for joining us. Good night for myself, Oliver and Master, my lovely players, the Black Window Knights.
Wow.
Okay.
Okay, write up another line.